Holy fuck, we've just seen Spider-Man Homecoming, and I'm so excited. I'm going to let Pat do the intro today. You ready, Pat?
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, your weekly grab bag of... oh, fucked it. Can I try again? Can I try one more?
Go again.
I ran my hand up his leg.
I'll try again. Hang on.
Go again.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bearded Geeks, your weekly grab bag of topics covering movies, comics, video games, and TV. My name is Browns. I'm going to go with Browns. And I will be your beard master today. With no beard.
Yeah, you got no fucking beard.
Oh, fuck that up.
And I'm his co-host, Patrick Brown, Brett Jago. Jakes, it's me.
I was practicing all day. And then I'm like so confident. Went perfect.
And Bobby Baxter's here also. Hey, boys!
Hey, my spider sense is tingling.
It's not all this
Keep your
tingling
spider
right
sense
now.
to yourself.
How good was that?
We just saw Spider-Man Homecoming. We'll get into that soon, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, great bloody time I had. But yeah, we'll go full spoiler review today. So we'll go non-spoilers and spoilers, but we'll get to that later. And as always, I'll timestamp it in the info below. So if you haven't seen it, you can skip over the spoiler section. So how is everyone? Really good?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
buzzing.
Yeah.
Buzzing. You've only had one, mate.
No, Spidey did it to me.
Yeah.
We got out of the movies and we're like, we got to go to the bottle. We haven't got any grog, and the bottle was shut. And we're like, fuck, what are we going to do? But lucky there was one just up the road still open, winter hours. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Oh, yeah, Pat, by the way, that intro, I'm not editing any of that out. I'll just drop the music in there.
I'll stuff the second one anyway.
That's fine. That's fine. Pat's a beard master today. I might let you do the outro as well.
I can't even remember how that goes.
Pat can't be the beard master because he shaved his beard off the other day.
Yeah.
Again.
Rubbish.
I went
Shit
rubbish.
effort.
Went tidy. I got a bit itchy.
So what have you been up to, Pat?
Me, the huge. I've been doing a lot of work, and I've got some holidays next week, actually. So, been building up my work so that I can cover myself. Working for yourself, you don't really get holidays. So, I've just been like upping my workload and just making sure I get that done. So,
That's why we never see you.
yeah. So I can have some freedom next week.
Pat's only here every fortnight, so Pat won't be here for next week's episode.
Yeah.
But he might be here the week after.
I'll be in the Gold Coast. So it should be fun.
Bastard.
Yeah.
He's going on a family holiday with Jimmy. Jimmy was actually at the movies with us, but he's like, don't talk to me. I can't talk to anyone about it, but we're going to call him in the spoiler section. And get his thoughts as well.
Yeah, cool. That's good.
So, Bob, how are you, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
Yep.
I was speaking to Mark before. Mark came and filled in for Pat's spot last week, and he had a good time. He's not into any of that shit, but he had a great time. I was very surprised. Thanks again, Mark. So we might have Mark on again in the future. But yeah, later down the road, we might look at doing Skype hookups as well. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
even if, one of these guys flakes on me, which they normally do.
That'd be a good idea.
us.
Just you could hook us
Even
up.
if you're working, Pat, or whatever, we could just do a Skype for 20 minutes or whatever. If you want to talk about something.
chuck it on the dual monitor and just work on this one. Just talk. At the
You're not
same
even
time.
working, I can see you. Stop playing Grand Theft Auto.
The webcam.
His rocket bike. You bought the rocket bike on GTA, actually.
A very expensive rocket bike.
Yeah, how much was it?
It was like $50 real.
Jesus Christ.
I bought shark cards.
Oh,
like
no.
$50 worth.
I'm pretty sure GTA 5, the whole game is going for less than $50 these days.
It actually is at the moment, it actually is.
And that got me like $3.5 million in-game dollars. So that's all gone now, pretty much. On that bike. But yeah, it's not bad. It's good fun.
You're welcome, Rockstar.
Yeah.
So, Bob, we talked about this last week. I watched Antichrist.
Ooh, here we go.
I'm like,
I've been
right,
waiting for you to do this.
It was... I'll set the mood. I'll set the picture.
Okay, bring it down. Bring down the lights.
Monday night. Dim those lights.
Dim them lights.
Pat, get your hands away from me. Monday night, it's raining. Crack a cum. Thunder. Cats ho. No, so it was raining, and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. So I put it on, and Bobby's talking about, like, this porno intro, which he was 150% right about, by the way. Holy fuck.
It's just like, bang, there it is.
It's just like, here it is, in slow motion, no less.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You've got to see this film, Paddy.
And I'm watching the first half, and I'm like, yeah, this is a bit out there, very experimental. But I'm like, okay, I'm sticking with it. And then they're like, all right, we're going to go up to this cabin, help deal with, our grief and your grief. And because the husband's actually a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and he's counseling his own wife. So they go up to this cabin, and yeah, shit just sort of goes downhill from there.
Like past the hill into like a deep fucking crevice into hell.
That bad.
It's like a Looney Tunes cartoon. There's like a big wooden sign that says hell with an arrow pointing down. Let's go down here. Oh man, there's some fucked up shit in the second half of that movie.
It's a surprise, isn't it? Because the first half of that movie really is like a kind of really well-crafted indie experimental kind of, like, it's a really good film.
It is, yeah.
It's just like not something I'm going to rush out and watch again.
Yeah, when I was done, I'm like, am I going to keep that, or am I going to like ring it and pass it off to someone else?
Give it to Paddy.
Is it like that dark? Like one of the darkest you've seen, like grim?
Well, there's like a okay, when you're playing Skyrim and you're trying to get your what is it? Your when you're creating armor and shit. What's the word?
Daedric?
Like
smithing.
Blacksmithing.
Blacksmithing.
When you're getting your smithing rank up, right? And you've got the sharpening wheel, like the stone, and they pedal it and they sharpen their swords and everything. Yeah, there's a bit with like a big sharpening, like a stone wheel. Yeah, it's fucked. and a big like old school hand drill. Yeah, and I'm like, you're not. What are you actually? That wouldn't have been my first thought to do with that, but good on you for a bit of ingenuity there. And then the bit after that, oh god,
fucking hell!
And then right at the end, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's one of those ones where you can't talk about it, otherwise you just ruin it for like you just have to
ruin the shock.
It.
Yeah,
you have to experience it.
I'll get there one day. I'll bring myself to watch it.
3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. One
Jake's
for
review,
nostalgia.
3 out of 5. One for nostalgia. There was no Krispy Kreme in it, so I can't give it a star. There's some really nice scenery. I'll give that a star. And the porn. And the porn. Yeah, interesting. Antichrist, $10 well spent. You're welcome, nice. JB Hi-Fi.
I started to watch that A Cure for Wellness that you and Mark mentioned.
Holy fuck. Yeah. I really like that movie.
About halfway, I think.
This is a problem.
That's good so far, yeah.
Bob and I had this discussion just the movies before. We think we're going to go, except for Thor, we're going to go, oh, I think that's the only superhero movie, aside from Justice League. Instead of always going to the cinema to see superhero movies, I think I'm going to make the effort to go see a few other different films. I do go see other different films, Arrival, we talked about that. I went and saw John Wick, and like A Cure for Wellness, for example, like we had that here. Oh, okay. We had that here for about 2 weeks, I think, and cool. I was going to go see it, but I didn't. And then when I bought the Blu-ray the day it came out. That was the first week I was on holidays, and I watched it that day. And I loved it. I really loved it. Real cult flick. The ending was a little bit out of place, but it was kind of okay. But I really fucking liked that movie. I really did.
Yeah, what's grabbed me was just, like you guys said in the chat, it's so well like put together and filmed.
Doesn't it look beautiful?
The way they film it, even just the little clicks of the pen and like water dripping down a glass and stuff, it just makes it so interesting to visually see. Like, and
even the scene at the start, the guy in the office. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, and he's talking to him, but he's too busy watching this drip come down like a glass of water, and then the guy goes, or out of the tap, and he goes and turns the tap off. Just little things like that. I don't know why, but it like really reels you in.
And there's a scene in Switzerland, because the plot of the story is one of the, what is the guy? He's a board member, this big company. They're about to have like this big merger or whatever, or he's like the CEO or whatever, but he runs off to Switzerland and goes to like this retreat like therapy center thing, you know, where he can go heal himself, purge himself of the modern world and everything, and sort of cleanse himself. And
so fresh there.
So there's this big merger, and they need him to sign off on this paperwork. So they've got this young guy played by Dane DeHaan. He's a younger, like, up-and-coming guy in the company. He wants to go to the top. So they enlist him to go to Switzerland to get this CEO guy and bring him back. And there's this shot where he's on the train, and the camera must be, like, outside of the train, like, mounted to the train.
That was cool.
And there's a scene, the train's sort of going around a right-hand bend, and you can see the train sort of bending, and the sort of Switzerland sort of forests and everything, and the rocks and everything. It, like, on the Blu-ray, it looks absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, such a well-shot film. Directed by Gore Verbinski, so, you know, the first 3 Pirates movies. What else has he done recently? Lone Ranger. But, you know, Mouse Hunt, The Ring. He directed the first Ring flick.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it sort of has
mixed...
that same sort of tonal
He's got
vibe.
a pretty mixed resume there, though, doesn't he? Like, yeah.
Mouse Hunt's great. I love that movie.
Never heard of it.
Have you seen Mouse Hunt?
Oh, it's...
No.
That's a lot of fun. When Mason's older, like when he's about 6 or 7, that'd be a good movie for him to watch.
Yeah, cool.
That
it's a
was
lot
sort of
fun.
early 2000s, wasn't it?
That was the late 90s.
Late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 98.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
These 2 guys, their dad dies and they inherit his house. It's kind of like a comedy sort of slapstick thing. And they plan on doing up this house and selling it off. But there's like this one mouse in the house. And it's kind of like a sort of family movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like sort of Home Alone bumbling guys. They're trying like all these different schemes and they try and get this mouse, but the mouse is always one-upping them. It's a lot of
very
fun.
Home Alone when you
Yeah,
think about
it is. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
I do like that movie. It's a lot of fun. I always liked that movie. So yeah, I watched that. What else? Oh, I bought Crash Bandicoot, the Insane trilogy.
You and
Me
everybody else on the planet by the look of it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
It's amazing. There's people on my social media and stuff that never play video games that are posting stuff on Crash. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the only person out there that hasn't doesn't own that game yet.
It was like, wasn't it the same day I went there and got one that morning or whatever, and they said there was 10 copies left. Didn't you go there that night and there was
Yeah,
none?
because we went out to the pub that night.
It was gone.
And we were walking past and I was like, I'll go in and see if they... going in and see if they got one. But they're like, nah, we sold them all today.
In the one day, all copies gone, yeah.
The next day, I went hunting all around town. I went to JB, they had none. I went to EB in Kings Meadows, they had none. I rang EB in town. I said, have you got any? And they said, yeah, we've got a few. And when I went there was like probably 10 copies, maybe 8 or 10 on the front stand. The stand was sort of picked, so it wasn't full. So I went up to pay for it, and every person in front of me is just like, oh, Crash Bandicoot. Oh, you're trading in some games. Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot. And then I get there and I've got a copy. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm lucky I did because there's not many left. It's going really quick.
Yeah.
And then the guy behind the counter, he finished serving one person. And he reaches down, picks up this box, and he pulls out like another like 30 copies and just stacks them behind the counter. But they must have all sold that day because somebody went in the next day from work and they're like, I went in and they've got none. They're getting more like today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You forget how hard it is. That
Holy
game.
fuck.
It is insane.
I'd never played any of the Crash Bandicoot games, but I played the first one. Apparently the first one's the hardest of the 3. But they changed the jumping mechanics. They've taken the jumping mechanics from the 3rd game and moved it over to the 1st game. So it's in line.
Bit smoother.
So it's all the same.
Yeah.
But it's the kind of thing where in the original game, you just jump and you get your maximum jump every time. But this, if you just tap the button to jump, you'll just do sort of a little hop.
Right.
But you have to hold it in to do a higher jump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's throwing a lot of people off. And it's really hard. There are a lot of levels there. Like, I died. I was doing one level where I had to sort of climb up and up and up and up and up. I probably died about 25 times.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone's kind of forgotten the difficulty of games in the 90s.
I saw this one guy, he put this post up on Facebook. He's like, I stopped playing Crash Bandicoot and went back to Dark Souls 3. No bullshit. Because it was too hard. I was like, that's saying something.
Yeah.
Saw a post from a friend of mine, Brody, and his post, like the photo was just the disc smashed because he's just thrown it out of like, anger. He just got sick of it.
Jesus.
It was that hard to play.
Well, I've played a lot of Dark Souls and I've never smashed any discs. So.
Yep.
I've been trying to fucking convert you guys to Dark Souls for so
I do want to
many
get
days.
Dark Souls. I played Dark Souls 3 at your house. I beat that first boss.
Yeah, I was like, maybe if I give him a little taste, and he can beat that first boss.
Tasting.
I was about to go home, and you're like, I'll put on Dark Souls 3, and like Hale's just got home from work, so obviously she doesn't want to sit there and watch me play Dark Souls. So I'm like, you know what? I started to play and I played a little bit, and then I got up to this first boss. It's only like 5 minutes in from the beginning, and I'm like, nah, I'm not stopping until I kill this boss. Sorry, Haley. I was there for like another half hour, 40 minutes, and then I killed him, and then I went home. I was satisfied.
You were like, I'm never playing this game again.
That's like Johnny. Remember when we were in college and you used to go around Johnny's? He'd have to buy like a new PS2 controller like every 2 months. Because he'd like throw it up. He had like a brick wall. Because their bedroom was downstairs and there was like this brick wall. And he always used to peg the PS2 controllers and smash them. So he had like a new PS2 controller like every month and a half or something like that.
Yeah. Do you remember Paddy in the pad? Because Paddy and I lived with this guy, Johnny, our mate. And we had this like orange pleather couch that we used to like play Xbox games and shit on. And he always like sat there with a spatula next to him. And like when he had chucked the because he broke so many controllers, he kept this fucking spatula next to him. So instead of raging on his controllers, he'd pick up the spatula
and just smack
the shit out of this pleather couch. And
it was so loud, it was like a gunshot. It was just like really loud when he smacked it.
I reckon the cops were called, like
because wasn't like the Xbox or whatever it was, maybe a PS, and it was one of ours, so we didn't want the controllers to be smashed. Because it's like he would throw that if he had the chance. So
that really sounds like something Johnny would do.
Yeah, spank the couch.
G'day, Johnny, if you're out there.
No video, Johnny. No video.
He's a hardcore gamer. Remember him on Ninja Gaiden?
Oh yeah,
he would really go nuts on that.
Oh, and I just have to throw in this. Last week when we did our Thing episode, because I always stuff his name up, his name's not David Keith, it's Keith David. So I just wanted to put that out there. I remembered that after I did the podcast, I said twice in the show his name was David Keith, but I always get his name stuffed up. So it's Keith David, who played Childs in the Thing. So yeah.
Speaking of games, are you guys, I haven't seen you for a bit, Paddy. What are you playing at the moment?
What am I playing? I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn at the moment.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Like it?
Putting it back on. Yeah, liking it now. I'm at the early stages, but yeah, it's fun. It's good. And I did throw in a bit of GTA before to play with the rocket bike that I bought, but yeah. No, it's a mix between those two.
I saw you on there earlier, and there was a update in the trophy section. It's like, Patrick Brown has spent over 225,000 on clothing in GTA.
Oh yeah, I was changing my outfit.
I never changed my outfit on my guy.
Got rid of Heisenberg. Yeah.
And you guys are both obviously playing Crash as well.
Yeah.
I play it a little bit. I sort of play. I've been playing The Last of Us. I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and I took a break to go play The Last of Us.
Heaps of selfies in the Last of Us photo mode.
Yeah, I was because I never really play with the photo mode, so I was just
cool,
screwing around with it, and I just got through that yesterday on hard, my first hard playthrough. And I downloaded the Game of Thrones Telltale game off the PS Plus because it's free this month.
Yeah.
So I downloaded that and I started playing that last night. And yeah, I was playing that today just before I went to go to the movies and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I just added it to my library before I went to the cinema. So
yep. Did you get Until Dawn as well?
Yeah, grab that as well.
Yeah, definitely play that.
I haven't played that.
I should probably get that too. If you buy it on the store, can you just like, and if you don't want to have it installed?
Yeah, I
haven't got much space on my drive, so
you can just download it. Download it and then
get it later,
and then delete it because it'll always be sitting in your PS Plus library.
You don't even have to do that now. You just go add to library and it just adds.
You don't have to download.
Yeah, you don't have to even.
I've got to get this PlayStation app on your phone because I don't have it.
Yeah, it's good. But yeah, I've been playing that Hollow Knight game that I sent you guys around. Fucking love it. Yeah. I love it. It's like cartoony 2D action side scroller RPG kind of adventure game.
Cool.
But it's kind of got this Dark Souls vibe to it. Like it's very creepy, quiet, kind of like just a weird world, and it only sort of drip feeds little bits and pieces to you at a time. But and you slowly build up more skills and that. But the boss fights are like Dark Souls. Like you're jumping around. You know, you have to learn their fight patterns properly and stuff. It's very like Metroid kind of game, but then also Yeah, kind of like hack and slash sort of thing. So,
Yeah, cool.
yeah. And it's made by Aussie company. I think they're in Brizzy.
Oh, sweet.
Team Cherry.
Nice.
Fucking
That's the way.
awesome. So,
Aussie,
expect a bit
Aussie.
of fan art from me, I reckon, for that one. I
you should.
Yeah, wicked.
I love that game. I'm fucking loving it.
Getting
yeah.
through it.
Yeah, I'm only maybe 4 or 5 hours in, but
Yep.
I'm fucking hooked. I
Bobby,
love it.
they just announced yesterday that Cuphead,
Yeah.
you know Cuphead,
Yep.
it's going to be an Xbox One exclusive and available on Steam. You going to pick that up?
I've been waiting for ages for that.
That game
Yeah.
looks amazing. Maybe I'd get an Xbox One. I'd love to get my hands on that game. I'll just come around your house and play it.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Castle Crashers?
I played maybe the demo of that. On
Okay.
I
I loved it.
360.
Such a good game.
That just looks like a lot of fun. Like
Yeah.
4 of us could play. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's good co-op.
All right. Well, we might jump into the news because the last 2 weeks we've had 2 very long episodes, so we might try and keep this one a little bit shorter.
Yeah, cool.
So I've got a couple little tidbits here of news, so I'm going to throw it at you. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Last week, because I forgot all about this last week, Rick and Morty season 3 trailer.
Oh, yeah.
The pickle
How'd we forget about that?
I turned myself into a pickle Morty. I'm Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick. That just looks so good. Pat, you have to watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
What?
I haven't really watched much of it. Only
Get out.
snippets.
Go home. Pat's left for the rest of the show. He's gone to watch Rick and Morty.
I'm done.
Yeah, no.
Pat's not a bearded geek anymore. He's just a guest.
You've lost your official beard.
Yeah, you've lost. You're just a guest beard now. You been demoted to a guest beard.
Yeah, I need to get a chance to watch that. I gotta put it on. I like what I see, and I've seen some funny snippets too. I think you guys have shared me something here and there.
The amount of jokes that we say all the time based off that show, you probably fucking go straight over your shiny head.
Straight over your head.
I just laugh, stand there and giggle.
Season 3 starts July 30th, and it's going to be a 14-episode season.
Wow.
How many? The last 2 seasons have only been like 12 episodes, haven't they?
10 to 12, I think.
Yeah, 10 to 12, yeah. I watched a few the other night. I watched a few on Netflix. The end of season 2, where Bird Person and Tammy are getting married. They go to the wedding and stuff. Yeah, it's so good. I was actually at work this morning. I was working overnight because I've got the first episode of season 3 on my phone, and I was in the tea room and I was watching it, and I'm like falling asleep because I haven't had much sleep the last couple of days. I was falling asleep watching the episode. I sort of laughed, and then I felt myself dozing off. My forehead was going to like hit the tables. And then I sort of just chuckled. Ha ha, Rick and Morty.
You're looking pretty good, actually, for a couple of nights of full-blown...
Yeah, fuck. I worked 2 overnight shifts at work, but I've had like, I can't sleep lately, so I've had like, including the sleep I had this morning, I've had about 10 hours sleep in the last 2.5 days. So yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm looking forward. But I got tomorrow off. That was the deal I made with the boss. He's like, I fucked up. I've got no one. I forgot all about it. Can you work? Because I worked that morning, like at 6 o'clock in the morning. He's like, can you work at midnight tonight and tomorrow night? And I was like, oh, fuck. And I got a podcast Thursday night. It's going to be late night, so I'll have to get up like Friday morning and go to work. So I said to him, look, I'll make you a deal. I'll do the 2 nights for you if I can have Friday off. He's like, done. I was like, sweet. So I got tomorrow off. So
Deal.
yeah, sleep in tomorrow.
Long weekend then.
Yeah, boy.
That's good. Nice.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Play some video games.
Yeah.
Probably edit this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rick and Morty season 3. Planning something Rick and Morty related for a future episode, but it's going to be completely different to what we've done before. But that'll be probably in the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Hopefully. So, yeah.
What is it, Morty? Tell me, Morty. You gotta tell me, Morty.
Oh, jeez, Rick. What do you keep asking me?
You gotta tell me, Morty, or I'm gonna stick these things right up your ass. Just shove them right up there.
What did I watch? I watched the Crombopulous Michael episode.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Crombopulous Michael. Here, take my card. If you ever need anyone killed, murdered, just call me. I love killing. So yeah, we love Rick and Morty here in the Big Cave.
Well, except for 2 of us do.
Yeah, 2 of us do. Mark loves Rick and Morty as well.
One doesn't know.
Yeah.
All right. Another bit of news. This is actually really exciting. Pat, we saw Creed a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. We loved it. I loved it. 5-star movie. You seen Creed, Bob?
Nope.
Fuck. Well, this week, Sylvester Stallone, because he plays Rocky Balboa, he put up a few photos on his Instagram. So he's putting up some behind-the-scenes photos from Rocky 4. So it's like stuff you haven't seen before, because he directed Rocky 4.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. He put up some photos, but then he put up this photoshopped image. It was of Ivan Drago and Adonis Creed with Rocky Balboa in the corner on the ring, with the caption that reads, "Here's a chance to stretch your imagination. History will always repeat itself in one form or another. Just got to be ready. Sins of the Father, #Creed 2.
Ooh, nice.
Because
I'd be up for that.
in Rocky 4, Dolph Lundgren played Ivan Drago, who killed Apollo Creed in the ring.
All right.
Paddy didn't catch any of that except for #Creed 2.
So I don't know if there's ideas there, or Stallone's just trying to like throw out a bit of fan-related stuff maybe he's interested in, because that would be cool to like get Dolph Lundgren back and Adonis in the ring. But that's starting to... I was thinking about that today. It's really starting to feel like a Rocky movie then. Like a sort of Rocky 3, Rocky 4, just like your sort of standard 80s action. No real sort of... Not the dramatic depth of the first two.
Yeah.
But yeah, sort of just sort of generic. Because the first Creed, a lot of drama in that. Fucking great movie. I watched that again a couple of weeks ago when I was on holidays. Bloody love that movie. Love the fuck out of it. But yeah, I'd be
it would
keen for
make
that.
a good like twist.
Oh, here we go.
If they had Dolph Lundgren had a kid.
That's a terrible idea.
And the Creed, the guy out of Creed went up against him, and it's just like history repeats itself. Maybe that's what Sly's getting at.
I don't know. I think it's more Ivan
be
Drago
cool.
because he actually killed Apollo Creed.
I'd watch
It's
that.
like, you kill my dad, let's get in the ring.
You reckon?
Yeah.
And it'd be actually the old Dolph would be back.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, yeah, that'd be pretty good.
See? Now he knows. He's on board now.
Yeah.
So there's that. So Creed 2. Interesting idea. I like that. And my last bit of news, it was mentioned the other day. What have we got? Game of Thrones Season 7 this year, which starts week after next.
Yep.
So we got the shorter season, which is like 6 or 7 episodes.
Oh, that's going to be painful.
But the news is, on the grapevine, this is not official or anything, but the last season, next year's season, Season 8, that every episode may be feature length. So 80 minutes plus. So you're going to get like an hour and a half episodes of
Movie
Game
length.
of Thrones.
That'd be awesome.
How would you feel
Movie
about that?
a week.
I'd
Brown?
love it. I'd love it. That'd
But
be
they're
good.
saying that the last episode of this year's season, is going to be 82 minutes. So there's already a shorter feature length episode there.
Well, that's like a normal feature length in the 90s. Like, yeah.
It's, it doesn't matter that they've shortened how many episodes, because the length, the time you're watching them, it's basically probably the same amount of time you would have watched, a 13 episode season. You know what I mean? Because if there's like, how many episodes did you say? 7?
Yeah, I think there's only 7 this season.
If they're like an hour and a half each, man, that's still heaps of time. That's like
you
2
get
episodes packed in one.
What are you getting? You're getting about 10 or 11 episodes there? 12 episodes?
Yeah.
As long as it's not too fillery, I guess that'd be really good.
I don't think. I think they're really coming down to the crunch here, so they're gonna. I think they're
got
gonna
a
be
lot
pretty.
to fucking wrap up by the look of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty bombastic all
We've got
around.
like 45 characters or something in the
Jon
show.
Snow.
Yeah.
Remember the North. North remembers. I don't know. I haven't watched Game of Thrones in a long time. Anybody else got anything to bring up before we go to Spider-Man?
Paddy said he was going to drink 6 beers on this episode.
Yeah, Pat said he was real excited. He's got a mean thirst. So he's 2 down. Third's just been opened.
Third. Oh, is that all? In there.
All right.
We got to work tomorrow.
All right. Well, we'll check back in with Pat shortly, see how he's going. We'll cut back to our live feed of Patrick Brown. And Bob's just about to finish, or just finished his second by the look of it.
Just finishing now.
Good job.
Oh, he's like gone all vertical.
What?
Straight up.
I heard that you like it vertical. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
Get out of there.
Sharpen the knife.
Sharpen the knife, mate.
Sharpen the knife. Oh, jeez. So, what was that name of that Asian sex guru guy? I can't remember.
Don't know about the guy. It was off that podcast.
Yeah, we watched this podcast on YouTube. What's it called?
It's called Your Mum's House.
Your Mum's House
yeah,
podcast.
It's pretty funny. I've been I've caught on to them probably a week and a half ago, and it's just, I like them. They're really funny.
What were you searching in Google to come across your mum's house?
No.
Because we know Pat's... I've seen Pat's browser history before.
No, it was in Reddit. I got it in Reddit, and it was just like, this podcast you have to see. And I was like, all right. So I clicked, and they're two comedians, so they're really funny. But they don't hold back. Like, they talk, like full on about anything, and they get like the viral videos, anything that's pretty big, and they just kind of tear the video apart and take the piss out of it and just have a laugh. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I was around Pat's the other day. He's like, I've got to show you something. Yeah, I've got to show you this. It's funny as. So they found this video. This guy's getting interviewed in the UK at some show. He's like this Asian like sex guru, and we might get a little bit adult rated here, but he's talking about sort of desensitizing specific areas and what you have to do. He's like, call it sharpening the knife. He's like, you've got to 50 times this way, 50 this way, 50 that way. He's like 300 strokes a day. I'm like, fucking hell, I'd be done by 20.
And then he's doing all the sound effects and like grunting.
Yeah, he's talking about, he does like this orgasm, and he's like, it's
300 a day.
It was so funny.
He calls it sharpening the knife.
Yeah, yep, that's his slang for it.
There's no knife left.
And exercising your prostate, and you feel it in your forehead, apparently, when you exercise it properly.
So cool.
Anyway, I had an idea
It
for a
sounds
new
like
segment.
glorified just wanking. Like a lot.
Sounds like something straight out of Antichrist. Antichrist 2, sharpening the knife. That's it. Start writing. So, I've had an idea for a new segment, because I've been working on segments and stuff, but it's trying to get the music and that sorted, which is the hardest bit. But I had an idea for a new segment the other day, because Patrick Brown is obsessed with Reddit, so maybe every week when he comes in, he tells us about the most exciting thing he's found on Reddit the past week.
Oh yeah, I could give you some funny shit on there.
Fuck hell.
It's not even like
They got many Kirsten Dunst strands on Reddit, or I'm sure you'd know.
No, they got a bit of everything. Like it's not always a bit of everything. It's not always jokes either. It's like they got a lot of interesting. Like
Any Bearded Geeks on Reddit?
Not that I know, but
There's many Bearded Geeks on Reddit.
There is many on there.
Yeah. If you make it on there, man, you go viral.
Why don't you start that strand?
Yeah, I'll try. I'm
Do
trying.
it. That's your job. That's your job for the next week.
Trying.
Just do an Ask Me Anything Patrick Brown at Marvel. And rope him in with that. And just answer the Bearded Geeks with every question.
I still haven't heard back from iTunes yet. It's been like, what has it been? 9 days, but it can take up to 14. I'm like, fuck, it's felt like a month since I submitted the podcast to iTunes. So yeah, it's taken a while, but hopefully it'll be soon.
Oh yeah.
But like I said last week, as soon as I know, you'll know. And you'll be able to download the episodes from SoundCloud or iTunes, and you can chuck them on your phone or take them to the gym or in the car on your way to work or whatever. It'll make it a lot easier to listen to the podcast on the go rather than having to stream it on YouTube all the time. But we'll still have it on YouTube anyway.
Yep.
So yeah, just pepper us across the internet.
Like
so
that salt guy.
Yeah, the salt guy who looks like easy. It's like
just sprinkling beard follicle hairs across the internet.
All right, we might talk about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yes.
Okay. So we saw Spider-Man: Homecoming just earlier, just in the last couple of hours.
Yep.
So what we'll do is we'll do like we normally do. We'll do non-spoilers and then we'll do spoilers. But I'll shout out the spoiler section before we start, and I'll put timestamps in the info below so you know when the discussion starts and then when the spoiler section starts and ends. Okay.
Right. Awesome.
All right. So Spider-Man: Homecoming. Who wants to start?
You can.
I'll start.
Do it.
All right.
Yep. Go on, mate.
So my previous experience with Spider-Man films, like I said the other week, the few original Maguire ones, like I'm really excited for or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The Amazing Spider-Man films, still sort of excited, but I'm like, I started to feel like, Spider-Man only can do so much. And I'm really starting to feel like I've seen everything. I'm not seeing anything new. I'm just seeing recycled stuff, which is, it's great seeing Spider-Man, but it's not new. It's not fresh. It's starting to feel a bit stale. especially when the Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, like Patrick ran over here, he was excited as fuck because we went and saw it together.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was excited. I'm so excited. Pat's there and he's like, it's going to be the best movie ever. And I'm like, nah, it's not. It's going to be shit. I'm not even excited. I'm going to watch it. And it was terrible.
Samesies. Yeah.
And it was terrible.
Yeah.
Looking forward to Spider-Man Homecoming after Civil War, the whole MCU thing. Marvel know what they're doing. Tom Holland, fuck, man.
Oh, yeah.
So good. But, yeah, been really excited. But the last day or two, I started to get those same sort of feelings back. Like, it's another Spider-Man movie. So I was excited, but my bar was sort of medium, to quote the one and only Bobby Baxter. Half a bar. My knife wasn't, like, fully sharpened. But we went. And we sat, and we had KFC before, and we got some sweets, and I had a Maxi Bon. It was fucking great. And caramel
5
Maxi
out of
Bon.
5.
5 out of 5, that Maxi Bon. Offered Bobby a bite, but he didn't want to take one. That was a good bit, too. It was the biscuit side.
I know, it was hard to resist.
And then I turned to him and said, hey, do you ever buy, like, a box of Maxi Bons and just eat the 4 of them? And he just laughed at me.
No, like, but I think I will now.
I did.
So to just sum it up, when the movie was done, I was not disappointed at all. When the movie started, I was not disappointed. Once it hit about the 5-minute mark, I'm like, nah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
Yep. Glorious.
And I have to say, I loved every single minute of that movie.
Me too.
I'll probably say it's up there. It's top 5 of this year that I've seen so far.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Bobby Baxter, you want to surmise a bit just on your generalities of the film, just in general? How did you feel when the movie finished?
All right, so yeah, I went in with a very low bar as well. And
so you were lower than me.
I was way low. Yeah, I was like, I'm ready to walk away thinking I've already watched this movie because I've seen the fucking 7.5-minute trailer and everything that you've got to show me. And I was like, it's going to be just that kind of, I don't know, just that hammy Spider-Man shit that you've seen a million times. But with Tom Holland, I was like, I already like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, so I was like, maybe that he's going to save it for me. But, I was waiting for this big kind of fight sequence thing to break out in the end and ruin it all for me. And I walk out and go, oh, yeah, that was a movie. That was fun. But I walked away and went, fucking, I really enjoyed every minute of that as well. Like, I can't think of anything in there that I didn't enjoy.
Same. Same. Throw it to you, Patrick Brown. How did you feel going into the movie? And then when the movie was done, how did you feel?
Yeah. Well, going in, I didn't really want to leave it. Same with you guys. You have a bar. You have a level.
You don't want to get your expectations too high.
You set your bar pretty fucking high,
My bar was... I had a good feeling, and probably because I checked out some reviews, and they were all really, like, 9s out of 10s.
Really positive.
All positive, and that gave me some good hope. So I thought, oh, this is actually going to be awesome, and I kind of had hope. So my bar was up there. So when I went through, I'm and when I walked out, it was probably on par. I think I just worked it up a little bit too much in my head, but not let down at all. It was amazing.
So the movie met the bar level
just
you had
met
going
where
in.
it was. It was
just met.
It was
geez.
It was like, yep, that's there. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just met it, but you put it right on the top of the shelf.
There's a little bit there where I thought it was going to be just a tad crazy, like better, but when I think about it more, it's because of the fact that it was a more grounded one, and I'm used to seeing ones where they're swinging through the city a lot more in the center of New York, where this was more based in Queens, and it's just like, there's nowhere really high to swing from it, and he's not used to heights, so it doesn't.
I fucking loved that,
and I actually, when I think about it, I loved it. I actually absolutely love that. Because,
just looking out for the little guy.
Yeah, and that saves all that other stuff and other movies. Like, he's going to go there eventually, and that's,
don't go too big too soon. That's what so many fucking comic book movies do wrong. They go way too big, way too quick.
Like in the Maguire movies, like, he gets his powers or whatever, and he comes up with the suit, and then it sort of jumps like 6 months later.
Yeah.
You know, and he's already sort of semi-established, and he's sort of found his feet, you know, to a point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll set up the premise for the movie, just non-spoilers premise, just a general. The movie sort of starts 2 months after Civil War, and Peter Parker he wants to be an Avenger, you know, and he's sort of on call. And he's waiting for the call if anything ever happens. So he's excited for that, and he's just sort of swinging around Queens and doing his thing and looking out for the little guy, but he's always sort of looking for that opportunity to jump in again with Tony Stark and the rest of the Avengers and, go off on big globe-trotting, exciting adventures, because he's only, in this movie, he's 15 years old. And, stuff starts to happen in his area of town, obviously with the Vulture and everything you've seen in the trailers, and, these guys with these fancy weapons that no one's seen before, alien tech and everything. So he starts to get involved with that. At the same time, trying to go through high school and just be a normal kid and trying to live two different lives. So the Peter Parker life, going to school and his friends, Ned and, impressed with, trying to impress, girls and whatever and adoring this girl from afar, Liz. And and his other life as Spider-Man who wants to be a full-blown Avenger. And things just go along, and you've got your Iron Man and you got your Happy Hogan, which are both great in the movie. Not too much Robert Downey Jr. in this movie, which I really liked.
Just the right amount, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think there was some bits with Robert Downey Jr. in the trailers that wasn't actually in the movie.
Yeah, because I was thinking the same after seeing the trailer. I thought it was going to be a very heavy Iron Man, like he would be in it a lot, but. Yeah, right.
It's like what I said to you when we walked out of the cinema. I said, whoever cut those trailers fucked up. Like, they made everybody think that it was going to be this thing.
Yeah. Probably scared some people away from it.
It nearly scared me away from it.
Yeah.
It really nearly did. And
turning to I'm
glad I went to the cinema and actually gave it a go, because holy fuck. That was a good, well-rounded movie in every sense. Like, and interesting characters and comedy and action and like not too much action, like just the right amount of action. As well,
that's right. And there are no super big, massive set pieces. You know, there are fight scenes and whatever. There's really only sort of one major big fight scene, and that's obviously at the end of the film.
Yeah,
but even that's not on a massive scale.
Yeah.
Not ridiculous. And it's just right for a starting off Spider-Man,
But this movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, it's not an origin story, Uncle Ben isn't mentioned at all. He's hinted at, obviously, in one or two different instances, but he's not actually mentioned by name or whatever, because everyone knows. Everyone already knows that story.
I fucking love that they didn't touch that. That was awesome.
Like, this story is just Peter in high school and his life as Spider-Man. There's the beginning where he's going through his school day, because the movie sort of starts, he goes to school and he's going through his school day and he's sort of keeping his eye on the clock all day. And then by the time it ends and he's like, yes, finally. And he gets in his Spider-Man gear and he's swinging around Queens and having a great time. And there's kind of like this music sort of montage scene where he's just swinging around. And
that was
lots
really
of
cool.
Fun, funny, great stuff. Can't praise Tom Holland enough. It's like he was, I don't know. It's like he was genetically engineered to be Peter Parker or something like that.
I'm so glad that it's come out so positive for him too, because it's just gonna continue on for the rest. Like, good start is just you hit the ground running. He's just gonna be solid for the next few. Everyone knows
that guy's gonna be Spider-Man for his lifetime.
Yeah,
I hope so.
As far as I can see, like they. I don't know. I don't see anyone out there that they could cast better than him.
And he's like he's an actual gymnast too. Like he can do the flips, he can backflips, and
he's confident. Around. He's really confident in doing all that as well.
Yeah,
but he shows that fucking young kid vulnerability so well too.
Yeah,
like fuck, some of the little drama set pieces throughout the movie, or just the little interactions with other characters, are really fucking cool. Like
like I was saying to you guys before, it's like Tom Holland's like in the movie. It's really authentic because he is actually really excited to be in this role. Tom Holland himself is actually stoked that, he's a young kid.
Every kid's dream to be fucking Spider-Man.
And he's stoked. And in the movie, it comes across, because as Peter Parker, he's stoked to be just Spider-Man now, and he's got the new suit and everything. And it comes across really well, and you can just tell through the screen. It's really good.
I'm really happy for him, and I'm happy for all of us, because we were saying this the other week. Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, but he wasn't a very good Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, but he wasn't a very good Peter Parker. He was too sooky, he was too mopey.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is the perfect Peter Parker, the perfect Spider-Man.
Yep.
He strikes that balance so well. He gets the vulnerable, nerdy kid, struggling, doesn't have a lot of money, smart, science-focused kid,
and he's a young guy that's like understands kids of this generation and today, and fits so well into that. Like the whole that stuff with he's filming everything at the start of the movie and stuff like that, and that kind of selfie culture and stuff. He really nailed that. Yeah.
And the Spider-Man side, the jokey side, the wisecracking side.
But awkwardly wisecracking.
Yeah,
still,
that's right.
It's great.
Yeah. And like I said before, in this movie, he's 15 years old. There's this one scene in the movie where this character says to him, he's like, I thought you were a girl. He's like, no, I'm a boy. He's like, I'm a man.
Yeah, that was good.
There's so many great little tiny segments in this, but like right at the start where the guys are like taking the money from the bank, and he like just rocks up in the room and then kind of awkwardly just kind of leans against the wall.
He's like, do I lean?
He's trying to set up his stand.
He's trying to be cool, yeah.
And then he just sort of goes,
so you forgot your PIN number?
Yeah.
But yeah, great. I don't think I can fault this movie, to be honest.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe one, or just as the comic fan, one or two little choices. I was like, oh, that's a different choice for that character. So, Flash, Flash Thompson, but he was really good in this movie. But he was sort of more of a sciencey sort of kid. They go to the decathlon in Washington, and he's on the team as well. But he's not the top guy because Peter's the top guy, and he's only sort of like subbed in because Peter can't go to begin with, but then he does end up going. But yeah, just so many great choices, and there are a lot of MCU connections in this movie, so they've gone really a long way to let you know this time that, yep, Spider-Man is a part of the MCU, because, you've got the Captain America, fitness videos when they're at school.
Yeah.
You've got, obviously, Robert Downey Jr. There's mentions of the Avengers right at the beginning. You hear someone talking in the background about the Sokovia Accords. Yeah.
It is Avengers heavy, isn't it? But not in a bad way.
But it's letting you know, because everyone's the Civil War thing, yes, like you said the other week, seeing Spider-Man take that shield from Captain America, you're like, whoa. This goes out of its way, yep, this is a Marvel movie, but this is an MCU Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But I felt, as a guy who fucking particularly hates all those connections and shit, that they did everything in a really nice, kind of subtle way. Yeah. Nothing felt like anything was going...
Not too much.
Nothing was going over my head going oh, fuck, I don't know who that is. They really stuck with kind of the core characters, and probably threw in a few Easter eggs that went over my head. But
there are quite a few things I noticed. There were a lot of MCU references in this movie, but I think a general sort of audience, or a general sort of superhero film goer wouldn't notice all of them.
Yeah. No.
Because I think...
I never felt like there was weird exposition where I was just sitting there going, what? They peppered that stuff in, but they peppered it in a way that it still fed the main story. It never felt like we're gonna just walk over this side of the room and just point out this thing that connects the universes together.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that for another 2 movies. There was none of that.
So then we walk away. No, it's everything that was connected felt naturally connected. And
and it was in that world.
If you did live in this world, you would hear about Avengers Tower. You would hear about Iron Man all the time.
And if you've never seen another Marvel movie before, I think you could still go in and really enjoy this.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, fucking everybody on the planet knows who Captain America is. Him popping up on the screen every now and then is not a big deal.
I'm gonna say it. Michael Keaton as Adrian Toomes in this movie, dead set for MCU, because Marvel get a lot of flack because their villains are quite interchangeable and forgettable. Aside from Loki, and obviously now a bit of Thanos as well, Thanos coming. The Vulture, Michael Keaton, Adrian Toomes, he is the best MCU villain. He can stand there next to Loki now.
Yeah.
He's that good. He's not just a bad guy villain. He's a real sympathetic guy. The reason he is the way he is now, with the Vulture side and everything, is for a reason. He's trying to, he's been screwed out of his job, and now he kind of wants to stick it to the man.
Yeah.
But he's got a family to support. So he's been secretly sort of doing all this stuff, but
he pulled it
real
off well.
Sympathetic villain, not just a straight up bad guy just for being bad guy's sake. I'm bad and I want all the money, or I'm gonna rule the world, or I'm gonna do this. He's just he's a dad. You know, he's a dad. He's a husband. You know, he's got to keep a roof over his family's head.
He really brought those chops to this film, didn't he? Like he just commanded a fucking menacing presence in every scene.
That's Keaton for you, though.
Yeah. Even as him, just alone as himself. But how good was he as the Vulture and the suit? And everything just.
He just looks so good. Like the entire concept around that Vulture. Outfit. I liked how the wings were sort of mounted and like on a sort of little gantry, and he had to walk up the stairs, turn around, and he sort of clipped onto the wings and then took off. And he just sort of had like, it was old school, like World War II, like we talked about this before, like badass. Not on the show, but he's sort of got just a little subtle like Vulture hints. Like he's got sort of the World War II leather sort of bombardier jacket.
I love that.
With the fluffy collar. And
even when he's like, that collar is fucking excellent little touch. Like,
that was perfect. And there was a little scene when he's in the car, I think it was, when it's in the trailer, and he turns around and talks to Peter.
And he threatens the family and everything.
There's just a flash of the green light or something, and his whole face.
I saw that too.
His whole face lit up green, and it's just like he looked like the Vulture.
When the green light switched,
he was like all green and stuff, and I thought, that's nice. I see what they're doing there. It just bring that classic Vulture across a little bit there.
Those wings and that suit. There was like, I will say this for the CG. The scene on the ferry, there's a scene where Spidey webs, I think, up, and he webs sort of underneath him, and he swings around.
Yeah.
There's this scene, because it's like in broad daylight, the CG in that scene, it just looks absolutely fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like the textures and everything, it didn't look fake at all. It was noticeably CG, but it was like the best sort of CG.
Well done.
It wasn't like one of the old sort of Spider-Man movies where it was really noticeable. Like you knew it was CG, but it come across really fucking well.
Yeah. It'll be timeless. It'll last.
I have a question for you guys. Are definitely more Spider-Man guys than I am. And I don't know a whole lot about the Vulture other than kind of like what he looked like on the trading cards in the 90s, basically.
Yeah.
But what I thought was really clever in this movie was like, so his name's the Vulture, and what's he doing? He's like picking the bones off this alien technology to build his own thing.
Right.
And I'm like, is that his original, like, is that what he was doing in the original comics? Or
no, in
this
the
a clever, like, rewiring of that? Like, that's,
In the original, I believe he was a scientist for a company or whatever, and he got screwed out of his position or something, or he built some tech and they stole it from him and sacked him.
Yeah.
But he built like this flight harness that he could wear, and then he sort of had the Vulture costume over the top.
Right.
But yeah, I liked how big the suit was. The wings, they were so big.
Yeah.
And yeah, just a lot of the...
It's very clever. He's like, they played into the actual animal of the Vulture, of him like
and
picking the bones off an old alien to
and the like the claws, like the talons.
Oh,
there's a
so
scene
good.
where he actually lands on something and the talons like snap down, and he picks stuff up and like flies off with it like a Vulture would.
How good was that? And even the wings as very animalistic when he's like chomping into the. It was also on the trailer as well, but there
are scenes where it's like smashing into stuff and like
his wings are like
serrated
clawing
and cutting
down
stuff
and they're like big blades and just chomping through stuff.
There's
like,
that great scene where he's like perched on the edge of the building or the bridge, and the wings are just like hanging down.
Oh yeah,
that was so good.
Yep, he looked like he was just sussing it out. Yeah, really.
But
cool.
The little touches as well, like. The helmet he wears, he's obviously got the green goggles to, visor, like a heads-up display. But then he's got like the mask that covers his face is actually not just aesthetic; it's for actual. It's a oxygen mask.
Yeah,
but it's just got that little sort of V touch. It looks like a beak on the front.
It makes total sense.
The costumes in this movie are great. I thought.
I would
fucking from the first variation of the Shocker that you saw at the start with his like. little yellow hoodie in it. And like
the crosshatch.
But it was so fucking subtle
You can see the
that it
diamond.
didn't look like a hammy fucking shitty superhero thing. It looked
And he
like...
and he was taking the piss out of him. He's like, oh, it's a shocker. What are you calling yourself that for? You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I would love like a hot toy of the Vulture. That would be so good. Actually, if there's going to be one of them, I'll buy one of those.
It'd be massive.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That'd be
How good would that look
freaking
sitting
huge.
over there? A Vulture hot toy. That
We'd
look
have
so
no
good.
room for us left.
I've always loved that design though. It makes total sense having that mask. You know, he's going to go to ultimate heights. He's going to need to breathe properly, and you know, in the real world, that's just spot on. Like, I was really amazed. When
You
I
know, it
first
would
saw
be
that
interesting to see the very first person who does like an epic Vulture cosplay with a massive wingspan and everything. That'll go off.
Wonder how they do
Keep
that.
my eyes out for that. I will.
Yeah.
We might do. No, we'll save the final rating for the end. We'll save the final rating for the
let's
end.
do it. Yeah.
Really love Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. No one really calls her Aunt May. Everybody just calls her May.
Everybody,
But it's pretty
loves
cool
her as
because-
May.
Yeah, and everybody's just like
Everybody in the film too.
everybody's just like subtly hitting on her in the movie.
Yeah.
they're out for dinner and they're like, "Oh, here's a complimentary rice pudding," and it just sort of gives her a wink, and she's like, "Oh, thank you." And he's like, "Yeah, he loves you too."
He really wants you.
And the guy in the sandwich shop who
Oh yeah, the guy in the sandwich shop, talking about, oh, he's got this hot Italian aunt.
says it in Italian, and then Peter like fires back that line. And
Yeah.
He's like, how's your daughter or whatever.
that's it.
I really loved, the entire setting around the movie, like set in Queens.
Yeah.
It had that real local community
Yeah.
feel, and it was different.
Now we didn't visit Queens when we were in New York,
No.
but in that movie there is a lot of spots that we went.
Coney Island at the end there.
Holy shit!
I was like, holy fuck, we were there on like walking on that bit.
Yeah, there's a bit
recognised
where I was
exactly.
like, I was fucking 15 meters away from where
And
that
there was-
happened.
There was that big shed thing that they have them right on the pier on the beach.
Yeah.
And they come out and it's a sheltered bit where they've got barbecues and stuff. And we were hanging out in that, remember? Just waiting for Mark for a while.
And the Staten Island ferry. We were like,
Yeah,
fucking, holy shit.
I was like, that is amazing to like just see that. You know?
Actually, having been there now, like it has really changed movies. Like
Yeah.
the amount of times I'll be watching shit and be like, fuck, we were like right there.
yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, because you don't really get that much here in Australia. I mean, how many movies? You probably couldn't count any on your hand that like you would recognize a set from that was filmed here. Like
When we were going to your wedding, actually, when we were driving up to Kyneton, we made a slight detour and we went to Hanging Rock.
oh yeah,
We walked around there and we're like, this is just like the movie Picnic at Hanging Rock. It was great. And I was like, we're getting our photos taken and that. And they're like, oh, they filmed the bloody movie. This is awesome.
Did you guys like walk right up the top?
Yeah, we did. We went right up the top and all the way around. And
It's really cool up there, isn't it?
it is really cool.
It
Yeah.
was kind of creepy right up the top there, and it's just real open, and there's these giant rocks.
And yeah, they never knew what happened to, those school kids and that. So, interesting.
That was good.
Very interesting.
We got Hanging Rock. That's it.
And every location where they come to Tasmania to shoot like inbred hick horror movies.
Yeah. Well, we've got The Hunter, and we got that, was it Matthew McConaughey movie in Stanley?
Michael Fassbender.
Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
The Light Between Oceans.
Not Matt.
I haven't seen it.
Not fast, man.
No, I haven't seen it.
Do you guys know of anywhere in the Hunter that like any actual places? Have you been to the set of any places?
No. Well, did you say it was Rosebery, some of that, or maybe Zion?
No, there was a movie filmed here. Fuck, what was it? I went to the cinema and saw it. I can't even remember what it's called now. That was over 10 years ago. But some of it was filmed in Tulla. You know, as you go over the Lake Rosebery Bridge, and it's sort of got the bend. Where they filmed it, they were standing on the edge of the bridge, and they filmed them going in the water, and it panned up to the rocky mountain crop and that. And every time I drive over that bridge, I'm like, they filmed a piece of a movie right here.
Wasn't it like that giant Tassie devil movie where there's like this big giant Tasmanian devil that eats people? Was that filmed in Tassie, like down that way?
No, that was just like one of those crappy like sci-fi movies, like a Sharknado, but not as good.
So it wasn't actually filmed down here. No.
No. Don't think so. It was probably filmed in like Texas or Romania or something like that.
Probably.
That first season of Underbelly. Do you guys remember that show?
I hated Underbelly.
Might
Never
have watched it. I think
They used to film that like about 50 meters away from where I used to live in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
In North Melbourne, there's like the barbershop scene where I don't know, the main bad guy kills someone in there. But anyway, there's a scene where like he's walking out on the street from the barbershop, and my mate Adam Ray used to live like a few houses down from me, and you could see him bopping in the background down the street. Just the hoodie like
Oh, funny.
Well, we've taken a little detour. Pat, can you pass me my spare drink over there, please, my friend?
We have a detour.
So, Pat's...
sorry, we've got a fucking underbelly.
So, Pat's had about 3.5 of his six-pack, or are you nearly 4 now?
3.5. I'm on my 4th.
All right, you got...
He sounds like surprised.
You got 2 left.
But yeah, Spider-Man. Oh, so good.
I absolutely fucking loved this movie.
Yep.
I did. When I was watching it, I was like halfway through, I'm like, this is my favourite Marvel movie. It is.
I had that feeling again when I walked out, just like...
Oh, no, my favourite Marvel movie is Deadpool, because Deadpool's the best.
That is a good movie. But
it's all right.
in Spider-Man, in that kind of sense, you know me, I'm a massive fan, especially of the films, and I've had that feeling when I've walked out before. It's just, you just feel so energized. I had that again. I walked out, I was just
I
like,
thought I heard you sobbing at one stage.
yeah. But like you've said before, so many of them have been done now that it does take that kind of stuff you've seen too much. You know, you've seen,
feels
okay,
recycled.
it's been there, done that.
Feels recycled.
And I thought that I might have had that again, and it would have just, you know, but it wasn't. It was...
This movie felt really fresh. Really fresh.
For Spider-Man, it felt, quite fresh. Really good.
I think they nailed it in that it's not a origin story. It kind of is, but it's not really at all. And it's got a really kind of diverse, interesting cast to it, and they just throw you in there, and you just follow along,
and they do stuff we haven't seen before, like there's a scene where he's Spider-Man going through the suburbs, and he realizes he's got nowhere to swing from, and there's this far shot of him like running across the golf course, and he sort of gets to the left-hand side of the frame. You can just hear him go, "This sucks."
Oh, I love that.
The sprinklers come on, and
it's like he's got nowhere to go. It's just an open field, and he's just running through. That was so good.
But this was something like Jimmy was saying the other week. Like, it was light Spider-Man in the daytime. It was jokey. It was fun. There were nighttime scenes. But that was more for the story part. But just sort of where he's being Spider-Man and he's swinging around. It was fun. It was light. It was new. It was fresh. It was good.
I really liked
awesome.
how he was just scenes where he's like sitting on a fire escape and just eating his lunch as Spider-Man with his like mask pulled up so his mouth is visible, and
you get all those classic panel shots where like Spider-Man sitting on the edge of the building with his mask over his nose eating a hamburger. You got that. James was sitting next to me and that scene was happening, and I was just like elbowing him.
Just
there's
like
some
that kind
great
of stuff.
I don't know if you guys picked up on them too. There's some awesome little throwbacks to the old like Tobey Maguire movies and stuff sprinkled in there. Did you like say for the ferry, right? So he ties the big ferry up, and he's sort of like, oh, we've already seen this.
I
before,
thought that was Spider-Man
like,
too, a little bit.
But what I fucking loved about that, maybe it's not really a spoiler.
Seen it in the trailer.
Yeah. But he does it all right, and then it goes like, you got it 98% correct. Well done, Peter. And he's like, wait, what? 98%? And then it starts to fall apart, and the crowd sort of goes, yeah, Spider-Man. Oh! Like, it's like that scene in the train where they're all like, yeah, go Spider-Man, we got your back. But this time, he fucks up. It's like that was
then
really
Iron
cool.
Man
and then Iron Man comes to save the day, and the same guy's like, yeah, Iron Man!
And then they're like, Iron Man! It goes to... it kind of sends that message through that he's over his head. And that's kind of what the whole movie is about. He's not there yet. He's still learning. Because like you say,
it's all set in Queens, so he hasn't made his way into New York yet, into New York City. And there's even the scene where he's, like you see it in the trailer, where he's climbing the Washington Monument, and he gets right to the top, and he sort of looks over the edge, and he gets like a bit of vertigo, and he's like, I haven't been up this high before.
That was really cool, actually. That kind of made it more... that, like, you know, grounded where he hasn't done this yet.
Like this is uncharted territory for
him. He's
him.
not going to go swinging through skyscrapers yet. He's not even...
Like, he'll swing off like 5 or 6 story buildings, but no skyscrapers yet.
He's never been that high. He doesn't even, and yeah, that was really cool. I love that.
And he's still, you see him like fuck it up a few times too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, you'll miss swing a shot and just face plant across the ground a couple of times.
He was very rookie through the entire movie, and that's what I love.
It's really cool.
Which was good.
Just coming to terms with everything, the new suit, and
Yep.
Yeah.
because when this starts, because in Civil War he says he's been Spider-Man for 6 months, or he's had his powers for 6 months, so he hasn't had his powers for 12 months yet.
Yep.
8 months he's had them.
That's cool.
Bloody great.
Yeah.
I loved it. I think the suit looked a lot better in this than it did in Civil War. It was a little too CG in Civil War, but in this,
I agree.
the costume looked a lot more textured. And I think
it almost looked fluffy or something.
It didn't look as smooth or as shiny. So it didn't look as CG. It was still CG.
There's suit stuff I've got to talk about, but we'll save that to the spoilers.
There's one thing that kind of I wish that they just fixed just a tiny bit was when the eyes. I love how the eyes animate. Fucking, that's the best thing about this movie. His eyes animate, but I kind of wish they just didn't do that sound effect where it's like a film,
Like the shutter.
It's like zzz, 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 every time his eyes do it. I'm just like, nah, you don't have to have that. Like, you know, it should be subtle enough to not have that. Like, but that's not really a bother at all. That's
thing.
nothing. Like,
and it added to one of the tour jokes as well. Like, that joke that appears in the trailer where he like lands in front of the tent with the little girls in it, and his eyes spaz out.
that was funny.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, like it looked like a city. Like,
And then he just looks
like, hey guys.
yeah. And they freaked out. That was awesome.
Okay. Do you have any more non-spoiler stuff you want to bring up, guys?
Let's just
general
fucking
stuff.
get in there.
Let's do it.
I'm ready to talk so much about this.
Let's go deep.
He loves going deep.
Jesus, sharpen the knife. All right, so we're going to go spoilers. We'll go spoilers right now. So we might talk spoilers for a bit.
Yep.
We might, for 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll give Jimmy a call, and we'll get his thoughts on the movie. We've already would have covered it by then. Then we'll see what he says. As the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world, so
spoiler alert. Then
spoiler alert. Spoilers start now.
Yes.
Biggest
Where are we
spoiler.
gonna,
What are we
going to start? What are we going to start with?
I'm
Shocker, Vulture?
I'm gonna jump right toward the end.
All right.
The scene, because the movie is called Spider-Man Homecoming, and it sort of plays on Spider-Man coming back to Marvel, to the MCU, back to where he started, with the rest of the superheroes. But it's also related to the school, the homecoming dance. Mm-hmm. So Peter's asked, the girl he fancies, Liz, to the homecoming dance, or the prom, or whatever you want to call it. And he's gone to her house. He gets all dressed up, and he's got the corsage, and he goes to her house, and he knocks on the door, and the door opens, and here's fucking Michael Keaton, her dad.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa! I didn't see that coming.
That was a twist that I never saw coming.
Not at all.
I should have seen it coming, but I don't think anyone in there did.
I think I was just so wrapped up in the freshness and the newness and the just enjoying the film. I think if it was a Garfield Spider-Man or a Maguire Spider-Man, and I'd already seen a couple, I think I would have picked up on it.
Yeah.
I think I had it ruined for me because, what's her name, Liz? When she was cast, it was like her last... I think I saw an article about it, and her last name was Toombs as well, and it was like, oh, she must be the daughter. And it was like ruined for me.
Yeah, because I thought she was playing Liz Allen, which is another Spider-Man character who Spider-Man's had relations with previously.
The same. But
They must have been using that as a kind of like a red herring, maybe.
Yeah, but they don't mention her last name in the movie at all. So
No.
that's
why I thought, I thought she was Liz Allen.
That was a good surprise, though, to have that. Like, how... And, the way Peter was with him in the room, and he was just quiet. And
he's just like
stop
sweating
staring at him.
The whole... Yeah.
That was so good.
That was excellent because it worked perfectly because it's like, I've been there. I'm that like little teenage kid that took a girl to the dance at the end of high school, and you're shitting yourself, and so you're just a nervous little kid.
Yeah.
So it totally played into that.
Passes off as that.
But
Everyone
then
thinks
But then on top of that, he's this big supervillain that he's been chasing for the whole movie.
Yeah.
and he knows.
And then the car ride to the prom.
Yeah.
Like
And
where
Keaton
Vulture's
gradually-
fucking
It doesn't take him long. It only takes him a couple of minutes, but he puts 2 and 2 together by...
He's clever.
Liz is bringing up things that have happened through the movie, and he puts 2 and 2 together very quickly and works out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And then they have that chat in the back of the car.
He had the pistol and everything.
Yeah, he had this gun. He's like, Liz, you going inside. He's like, I'm just going to have the dad talk with Peter. And she's like, oh, don't chew him out too bad. And he turns around, he's got a gun in his hand, and he's like, ah. But yeah, he sort of has that bit of respect for Peter because he saved her life earlier in the film.
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, because you saved my daughter's life, he's like, I'm going to give you this one pass. He's like, just walk away. Don't ever interfere with my business again. He's like, I'm going to... And he's got that deep Keaton-like growl.
Yeah.
And then I nudged Jimmy. Like, Jimmy was there, and like when he worked it out, he's like, oh, he's found out. And then I nudged Jimmy, and I leant over to him. I was like, well, he is Batman, the world's greatest detective.
Yeah, he Batmaned the shit out of that.
Yeah. The world's greatest detective.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
He brought a little DC into the Marvel world.
But just that scene in the car, like, fuck.
And do you know what I really liked?
That was awesome.
How Peter Parker, like, you know, he's just a 15-year-old, and he acted like it. Like, he just went along with it. Yes, yes, sir, yes. You know, and he just kind of pushed out of it a little bit in the way of, like, you know, like,
he's been hiding behind that suit the whole time. And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
really, he's
and
just a kid.
and he was just went along with it. Okay, that's fine. And he walked out of it. Like, he just and then
Exactly the way
he went in, and he's
would.
like, nope, I'm going to handle it. And then he went on.
Yeah, because Keaton's like, he's like, have we met before? He's like, your voice sounds really familiar. Have we met? What, did we meet somewhere? And then, yeah, she's like, he came to Washington, and yeah, he was there, but he wasn't there when the elevator was there and Spider-Man was there.
Fantastic. There was a little snippet earlier in the film when Spider-Man saves that bunch of kids in Washington, and like the Vulture hears that come across the news report. You know, he's been fighting Spider-Man all this time in Queens, and then all of a sudden he saves all these kids from Queens in Washington. And I thought, oh fuck, he's gonna like nail this down, because he just has that like look at the TV, like, wait, what the fuck? You know, this Spider-Man is definitely from Queens and knows somebody in this group, but it's before the twist where you know it's like his daughter's there as well.
So I think on second viewing there might be a little
there's a lot of little ties happening there, and I thought maybe he was gonna like suss it out a different way, but then when that twist came and he opened the door and fucking he's standing there, holy shit! I felt the whole cinema just go like, oh fuck!
Yeah, everyone just went, oh fuck!
It was funny because it was almost thrillerish in a way of the sense.
That's exactly right. Yeah,
but that in the house and then how it followed through in the car ride, it felt like thrillerish, but also it still had that real comedy touch as well, because you remember, you know, he's walked into the house, but you know,
no one knows anything's bad.
That thriller vibe between Vulture and Peter, but then also it's really funny to watch because Peter just looks like this awkward teenager going on to prom night, and then he's just looking at the Vulture like, and he can't stop looking at him through the photos he's getting taken, and he's just looking at the Vulture.
Yeah,
and that was hilarious.
And the mum's trying to take, she's like, smile, and she's taking a photo, and she sort of realizes that he didn't smile. So she takes a couple extra ones.
So it's a mix of funny and like, you know, this thriller dark vibe, like, oh, holy crap,
excellent,
you know,
so
which was a good mix. It was weird, like it was good.
The Stan Lee cameo, keep it down, you punk. The scene where he thinks the guy's still in the car and he webs him up, and he's like, "What are you doing? This is my car." And then it runs out the window like, "Hey, I've got to get up and work tonight," and whatever. And he's like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Stan Lee pops his head out of the window. He's like, "Keep it down there, you punk."
The interrogation scene, we got to talk about that too.
Where his deep voice,
he rocks up with his deep voice to interrogate. It's Donald Glover, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys picked that up, but Donald Glover, he said, he's like, my nephew lives here. His nephew is Miles Morales.
That's so funny because
I was trying to work it out because I thought that like maybe he was going to be Miles Morales.
When he was cast and he was in Homecoming and it was confirmed, Donald Glover, everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's going to be Miles Morales." But there were a lot of comments. Everyone was saying, "No, he's too old for Miles Morales. Miles Morales is like 13 years old."
Yeah,
you know, and but that was, I didn't pick that up. That's good.
I was trying to work out the whole time, like, who is this guy going to be? Like, who is he going to be? Because he seemed important, and he, you know. It's Donald Glover, like you don't
and
pull him in.
Michael Mando from Breaking Bad was in it. He played Matt Gargan, who is the Scorpion.
Yeah.
Yes,
He had the
that's where he
Scorpion
was
tattoo
from.
on his
I wanted
neck.
to.
I was like, where the fuck is this guy from?
I wanted to fucking talk about that. Scorpion. Holy shit. Just
And
that
he was
tattoo
in the,
gave it
he
away.
was in the end credit sequence as well.
Yeah, end credits.
Obviously setting up the Sinister Six.
And you noticed, obviously, as he was walking up, and he's like, oh, well, and to the Vulture, but you could just have a half a glimpse at his arm, and he's got, like, all these bolts coming out as if his arm is fucked up. Like,
Yeah, his arm was broken,
it's
yeah.
totally... And you don't get a glimpse of what his arm looks like, but my guess is it's going to turn into some kind of claw or a big chomper or not like that, but it might turn mechanical in some way.
Or maybe that'll be why he gets maybe sort of a suit or something like that.
Because in the comics, he's that messed up that he's replaced with isn't like robotic parts that are, you know, he gets a full suit that
J. Jonah Jameson hires him. I think originally in the very original. I'm not positive. I can't really recall. He was a private investigator or something like that, and J. Jonah Jameson had hired him to try and track and find Spider-Man. But then I think Alistair Smythe built the Scorpion suit, and he's like, here, Jonah's like, you put this on and you go after Spider-Man. But when he put it on, something happened and he couldn't get it off, so he was stuck in this Scorpion suit.
That's right. Yeah, that was cool. And to see just, you know, they don't really show much because obviously they want to save it to later. Maybe they're still coming up with concepts.
But to go back to the Vulture and his crew and everything, you know, the reason they have all this tech in that, because they were the original cleanup crew for the New York incident. So after the first Avengers film, so they clean it up. But then they get booted. And he's like, you know, I've got a contract with the city. He's like, I've hired all these extra guys. We bought trucks off this contract. He's like, all these guys have got families. I've got a family. He's like, you're going to run me out of business. And she's like, oh, you know, well, like, you know, fuck you and all this shit. And he's just like, that sort of plants the seed.
Yep.
And then after that,
that's where he got screwed
over.
over.
Through the entire movie, they're just stealing all this tech. They find as much tech as they can. And they have some left over from the day before in the back of a pickup truck they haven't emptied. So that's where it first starts. They start building.
And he has that hatred towards the Avengers now and anything involved, really, doesn't he? Like, that's where he kind of... Yeah, so...
Because they're the ones who cause all the problems, and now they're the ones making the money off the cleanup and everying, and he's just a regular sort of blue-collar guy trying to support his family, and that's where it started from there.
Yeah. What do you think of the... Oh, you go, mate.
You sure?
Yeah, you go.
All right. I was going to say, how was the scene with the first Shocker?
I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Were they doing the weapon sale?
So the first Shocker and the Vulture chucks the shits with him and picks up that gun.
Yep.
And fucking fires it at him.
And he's...
And
he's like, I thought
me and you just sat there, like Brent and I both just went, oh fuck,
because he shoots it. He picks up because
you're like, it's the Shocker. He's gonna have his little limelight in the sun, and then just like, no,
gone,
dead, fucking bang,
yeah, because he says he's gonna leave the crew, and he's like, oh, do you really want me out in the street with what I know? And he picks up like this guy. He's like, does this work? And he's like, yeah, it works. And he picks it up and he shoots him with it, and it vaporizes him, and he's like, I thought this was the anti-gravity gun. He's like, he's like, no, that one there's the anti-gravity gun. He's like, oh, and he throws it down.
He's like vaporized him into nothing.
He picks up the gauntlet and he like blows like all the ash and dust out of it, and then he throws it to the other dude and he's like, you're the Shocker now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I remember, I wasn't sure about that because when I first saw it and they confirmed that he, like in the movie that, oh, you're the Shocker. This was the guy with the beard out of Prometheus.
Remember who is that guy?
Remember him out of Prometheus? And he was the guy who first got infected.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, he must be Shocker.
I almost thought it was Tom Hardy at the start, and I went, are they peppering fucking Venom into here?
He's got similar looks,
yeah. He looked really Tom Hardy.
He does.
I was like, fuck off. Are they peppering like Eddie Brock into this? Like,
and I remember seeing that guy, and I thought, seeing him in a hole, I thought, he is actually like a perfect Shocker. He looks the part, and he's got, you know, that kind of look that you'd expect. And then, like, and he's gone. But I kind of knew that the other guy was because he was cast as it, and I saw it like a year ago.
And they had those behind-the-scenes photos where he was in...
I know.
They had those behind-the-scenes photos where he was in full Shocker gear. Like, he had the mask and everything.
He had a full mask on, and like a balaclava.
That obviously must have been cut.
Yeah, must have been deleted scenes. But I would love to see that. And my guess is that he's going to come back full-fledged, like maybe a proper suit. Like, I'd love to see a real shocker suit come out. Yeah.
What about the young guy who played Ned? The Ned Leeds, Pete's best mate.
Yeah, he was a legend.
Excellent. Excellent.
I thought he was great.
Excellent. The guy in the
So
chair.
funny.
Yeah, he's like, I want to be the guy in the chair. He's like, every superhero needs like a guy in the chair who's on the radio, tells them where to go, and is on hacking stuff. And he finally gets that chance toward the end of the film. He's in the school library, and he's sort of rolling back on the computer chair between these two laptops. And the teacher comes in. She's like, there's a dance on at the moment. She's like, why are you in here? And he's like, I'm looking at porn.
That was the longest scene ever.
That was so funny.
It just went quiet for ages, and he's just staring at her, and she's like staring back, and it just felt like it hung on that moment for like a minute and a half, and you're like, what's he gonna say? And he's like, I'm looking at porn.
See, my only worry with that Ned dude is because so obviously he's like Peter Parker's best mate, and they're obviously school buddies and all. But it's I see a little clash there, because if Miles Morales is now going to be in the mix, like you said, there might be a link there. In the books, Miles Morales' best mate is also a little fat Asian little guy, and they're best mates in the same dorm together. And
what's his name in the book?
Genki.
Genki.
Yeah,
there's allowed to be two fat little Asian guys in the world.
Yeah, I know, but
they don't all have to look like male models, mate.
No, but they're exactly the same personality and everything.
I understand what you're saying.
And, like, Genki is real geek.
He actually plays Ned Leeds. Ned Leeds was Hobgoblin. So in the original books, he's an adult, and he goes out with Betty Brant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Betty Brant was in the movie too. There were the two kids on the on like the school news network thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, man, those kids on that school network.
That was awesome. That was like right at the beginning too.
Yeah, their first little intro, and he like invites her to prom on the TV thing, and she denies him, and it just holds on this fucking awkward face of him.
Yeah,
he's just like staring dead barrel down the camera.
His eyes just kind of like dart to the side.
I was like, that was like a couple of minutes into the movie, and I just went, fuck, I think this is going to be really good. Like, if they keep this tone up,
kind of tone,
this is going to be an amazing movie. And it fucking held that tone
and
from start to finish.
Yeah. All the kids, they were young too. They weren't 27-year-old people playing 18, 19-year-olds.
No, they were kids.
These were like,
that's smart. These
were like 18, 16 to probably like 22, 23-year-olds playing like 15, 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
man.
like
really good.
35-year-old Tobey Maguire playing a 16-year-old or whatever. Yeah.
What do you think of Flash?
I like Flash. Yeah, I thought he was great. Penis Parker. Penis Parker. There's updated like. From
it was
Peter
a whole
Parker,
new take, and then I'm up for that. That was good. Like,
yeah, I thought it was good
because he's more he's Flash Thompson in all the originals and on the movies and stuff. He's usually a big brute kind of bully.
He's the jock. You know?
Big jock bully. Big blonde guy, jock kind of guy, but now they've taken him more. He's more what would you say?
Just a bigger nerd as Peter is. Yeah, he's just kind of jealous of
like a cyber bully almost kind of thing.
You don't have to. You don't have to sort of like fit the mold of those old stereotypes,
just
like
day and
the jock bully picking on the little nerdy science kid, and they're all just as similar as each other.
This day and age, anyone's a bully, like kind of thing. Yeah,
which is really depressing.
Yeah.
Don't bully, guys. Don't bully anyone.
Yeah, it's depressing, but it is nice to see a break from that stereotype as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Refreshing. It brings a level of realism that those older movies can't do.
And fucking MJ, we're in spoiler territory now. Like,
what's her
name? Now we know who MJ is. Michelle
Zidania or whatever her name is.
Yeah. Yep.
I fucking loved her character.
Yeah, she was great.
Have you seen what she looks like, all done up and like full makeup? There's actually a picture of her with red hair as well. Like she must have dyed it actual like a strong red, like more maroon. And yeah, she's a stunner. Like she can.
The
can
only
pull
thing
it off.
is like, hey Michelle. She's like, oh, everyone just calls me MJ. I'm like, her name's Mary Jane.
Yes, that is.
But that's okay.
That's
And then Peter
right.
sort of has that moment at the end where he's sort of just looking at her.
I didn't think about that.
She did a little look at him as he walked away.
Did you pick up on it through the movie? It almost seemed like she was more kind of stalking Peter in a way. Like like
Peter was in detention.
She put herself in detention.
He left, and the guy's like, "You're not even meant to be here in detention." Yeah. She's like, "I just like to." What did she say? She's like, "I like
to draw people in crisis."
That's it. Yeah,
this is you.
Yeah.
Like the teacher, like he gets up and leaves, and the teacher's like, "No, stop, come back." After he's already left the room.
Yeah, she likes Peter. So
there was. I think it was like one of the first lines she said. She was like, "It's not because I'm obsessed with him or something."
Yeah, which probably is.
Yeah. I loved her character because she's so fucking just a little bit weird. Like.
Yeah,
in a really good way. Yeah,
it's really. I found that really appealing because that's what I'm like. I have that weird sense of humor and everything.
Kind of social awkwardness. That
I thought maybe that'll make her a stronger character in the future because
she's not just a pretty girl next door.
Yeah, she's an unknown. Like no one. Like she said when she sat down at the table with them, and she's like, nobody likes me or whatever. I can't remember what she said, but she's more like a nobody, and maybe that makes her personality stronger because she's might start off as she knows what it's like to have nothing, and then she'll be later on. She's obviously going to become some kind of a movie star, or she'll become on the big screen like she does in the comics and become a name, and she'll be all popular, and then she knows the both worlds. She's not just kind of stuck up.
If Marvel do this right, if Marvel keep churning out Spider-Man movies, if the Sony deal and everything still goes really well with Marvel and they keep churning out Spider-Man movies like this with Tom Holland, with like a lot of this same cast and that coming back, I'll go watch these forever. Kevin Feige said they don't want to do Spider-Man where we have the movie where he's in school, and then the next year he's moved into New York and he's got a job at the Daily Bugle, and then after that he's got something else. They're like, we want to do like the Harry Potter film, so like every year, every movie is like a year of your school.
Yep.
So like we want to keep Peter in school for like the next 3 or 4 like
I
movies,
like that.
and then
because he's only like a freshman at this stage, isn't he? Like, fuck yeah, I'd be on board for that.
And he even said in this movie he's 15 years old.
It reminded me a lot of Ultimate Spider-Man on the PlayStation. Remember way back that game?
Oh yeah.
And that was all based in high school, and it had that whole tone right through the whole game. That's what this felt like, this movie, watching it.
Yeah.
And
he had real adolescent
adolescent
life problems to deal with.
It
was
really
good.
That's what I thought about the entire movie. He actually felt like he had that struggle between, he can't just he really wanted to go, and he had so many good chances to have a good time with Liz, like go off.
Yeah, like the party at her house, but then he sees the explosion off in the distance, and responsibility
and the pool go.
But then he's got to leave his best mate hanging in there.
Yeah,
who's just like ready to say hey to Spider-Man in front of everyone and become a hero. Yeah, and he's wearing his hat.
Yeah,
and like he has to leave him to go and fight crime, and
and that's how it was been in the books. How it's always been in the books. Struggle. Peter has to. The responsibility of being Spider-Man over always bailing on everyone.
Miss out.
And they're always wondering. And
it's got a lot of heart. Doing it that way, it just gives the movie so much heart and strength through the whole thing.
I liked how Peter, in the movie, while he's at school, he's in science, but in the drawer next to his desk, he's working on a new web fluid.
Yeah.
And then later on in shop class, the teacher's not paying attention over at his desk, doing the crossword puzzle or whatever. Yeah. And he's got this sort of Chitauri weapon, and he's just sort of hacking at it, over in the back corner, while everyone else is working on their bloody school projects and stuff.
How cool was it to see? He had that one mention where he's to Donald Glover, he's that'll dissolve in 2 hours.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I was just thinking I said we have to talk about the interrogation scene, but we never really talked about it. Because that was awesome. He webbed him on the car, and then he's like, "Yeah, that'll dissolve in 2 hours." And he's like, "But I got ice cream in the car." he's like, "No, man, you got to fix this, man."
He's like, "You're a criminal. You deserve this.
You deserve this."
And he's like, "Come on, man, I got ice cream in the car."
But I love how like Tony Stark's installed all this shit into Spider-Man's suit, and so he uses the interrogation mode. Yeah. And he walks up and he's like, "Hey, tell me where the suit is."
So Batman almost.
It's like a real. That's like a real slap in the face to Batman.
Yeah.
like he's just walked in and gone like that.
It was almost
take a piss on you.
It was almost so deep you could barely understand what he was saying as well, wasn't it? Like,
and he's like, "Why is your voice like that?" He's like, "I heard you talking the other day. Your voice is not like that." He's like, "You sound like I thought you were a girl. You sound like a girl." It's like, "I'm not a girl. I'm a boy. I'm a man. I'm a man."
Not a girl. I'm a boy. I mean a man. I'm a man.
I might just talk about the suit real quick because.
I'll go to the toilet.
Will ya?
Yep. He's doing a commando roll across the ground.
You should have had a wee before we started, Patrick.
Jeez.
Let's just check in with Pat Spears. He's had 4. He's got 2 to go. Anyway, Bob. Keep it down in there.
He's leaving a lot of dregs in the bottom.
That's the Patrick Brown way.
I reckon you could pour all of those in and you
fill that can back up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Tony Stark's got the Spider-Man suit, but they find that there's been all these protocols which haven't been activated. So they bypass that and they activate all these protocols, and he's actually got the AI in the suit, who is voiced by Jennifer Connelly, who is married to Paul Bettany, who did the voice of Jarvis in the Iron Man suits. And he gives her a name and he calls her Karen, and he's like, "What was it?" Just like, "Do you want to go into assault mode?" And the suit's like the shutter's shut and he had like red eyes, and it's like, "Kill mode activated." He's like, No, I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want to kill anyone. And there are like all these web variations. And you actually said it, Bob. You said it the other week.
I fucking said it, and I got it right.
And I turned to you in the movies and I was like, "You fucking picked it. You picked it."
I did. I said the other week, what did I say? I said, Tony Stark is going to install all this shit into his suit and going to make it like too overblown, and it's going to fuck him up. So there's this whole scene where...
And it's going to damper him doing his superhero thing.
Yep. And so what happens, this whole like 5 to 10 minute segment of him trying to fucking do this shit, and like he was just doing a bit of surveillance on some guys.
Yeah, he's been following these guys, and he's located these weapons dealer guys, and he's going to take them down.
Yeah.
And you're right, Pat? Pat's crawling across the floor.
Under the microphone.
Under the microphone stands. Jesus.
Welcome back.
I do apologise
I'm
for
just
this,
talking
everyone.
about how fucking awesome...
I totally agree with that. I heard everything, and that was a bit full on.
What?
Like the suit.
Oh yeah,
and the way that it just messed up.
And he's trying to like, he's like, "Right, I'm going to get this." And he goes to web them, and the web like sprays out in 2 different directions. He's like, "Karen, what's going on?" She's like, "Oh, this is the new different web setting." And he's like, change it back. She's like, "I'll change it to like taser webbing and rapid fire webbing." Yeah. And he's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Looking down at his wrist, and she's like, "There's 576 different variations of web that you can use." And he's like,
It's like it just went normal.
That one.
It just went normal.
It was
webbing.
really cool to see all the different types that they introduced, though. And there was the web grenade and stuff like that, and it just like exploded with a web net kind of thing, and
like impact webbing.
Yeah, like and the taser web.
I fucking called that joke, and
so cool.
They put it in there.
Yeah,
I was like, "Fuck yes."
We might jump right to the very end, and we'll talk about the spoiler at the end. We'll give Jimmy a call. So right at the end, Tony takes the suit off him, and he goes back to his normal like Spider-Man hoodie and everything.
Prototype.
Yeah, and he does the thing, and he saves the day, and he stops the bad guys, and Tony Stark comes along, and he's like, "I was wrong about you, it's time," and he takes him up to the Avengers compound, and he's like, "We're ready for you to become an Avenger," and he opens this door, and this big super, it was kind of like an Iron Spider-Man suit, it was very shiny and metallic.
I thought it was
comes
like
up.
It seemed like a cross between Iron Spider suit and Superior Spider-Man to me.
Yeah, it was kind of a little bit. He's like, "I've got this new suit. You're going to be an Avenger. There's all this media out there. We're going to introduce you as the new Avenger or whatever."
When those doors opened and the suit revealed, I was just like, "Get fucked. That looks like a piece of shit."
I thought so too.
I fucking hated
it kind of looked
that.
like... Kind of like Captain Britain crossed with Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, it was snazzy and shiny as, but it was nothing we've seen before. It was like
fucking terrible.
It was like, what is this kind of thing, you know? But,
and Peter Parker's eyes lit up.
Yeah, and I felt real cringy for Pat because all Pat's talked about for the last 12 months is just like, I just want Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. I don't want him joining the Avengers. I don't want any of that. And I started to cringe because I'm like, and then
I was the same. I was like,
everybody was just like sinking in their chairs. Like,
I was like, don't do it, Peter. Don't.
And then Pete's just like, he sort of looks at it and he's kind of and then he sort of smiles to himself and he turns to Tony. He's like, you know what? He's like, thanks, but I'm going to have to say no. He's like, I'm just going to go back to Queens and just look out for the little guy because that's his thing.
When he did that, I thought to myself, I thought, yes, because it's like I could imagine...
Pat webbed the back of the chair in front of him.
Yeah. It was almost like for a moment I could imagine what Peter is thinking in his mind. I thought, all right, he's probably thinking, I just want to go home. I'm going to do it myself. Like, I am going to make my own...
I'm going to do it my way.
Make my own suit, you know, do it how I want to do. Just be my own boss kind of thing. And he's just... That's what Spider-Man should be.
That's a massive call as a 15-year-old as well, like, to make. So
I was waiting for him to say, like, the line. He's like, look, you know where I am. If you need me, just give me a call. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But he never sort of said that. And he walked off and... Yeah.
And... Back to just a quick one. Back to the AI suit one, like I predicted when I thought that annoyed me. Just there's so much tech.
Parachute in the back.
Yeah, that like all the so everything else was okay, but the voiceover, the AI. Like, you know, there was a brain talking to him.
Jennifer Connelly. I love Jennifer
Connelly. I was like...
She's beautiful.
If I heard that talking to me all the time and I was trying to be Spider-Man, that would annoy the absolute shit out of me. I would not want to even...
Yeah, there's like... I've recorded everything.
It's like, shut up.
We go into, what is it, like surveillance mode, and he's like X-ray scans of the car, and he can do like facial recognition and everything.
It was almost like Batman in Spider-Man.
One cool bit though that I loved is that he had a spider tracer. He nailed one of them with a spider tracer.
Yeah,
but in the comics,
cool.
Peter actually makes the spider tracers himself, and it's tuned to his spider sense. So as he gets closer to his spider tracer, it reacts to his spider sense, and he can sense it. So it's kind of like a homing beacon kind of thing. Mm. But this is sort of like a Tony Stark thing. It's like he gets like a holographic projection off his web shooter. Mm. Mm. I'm hoping in the second one though that they really they tone down the...
Yes. I'm a little worried.
I couldn't have been happier when at the end of the movie that bag is sitting on the bed and he opened it up and it wasn't the shiny fucking Spider-Man suit that he walked away from.
Just normal Spider-Man.
It was just the one that he'd been using at the start of the film.
But
at the same time, I was kind of like, I still feel like they need to make, like, he is. I think he's going to modify the shit out of that suit and probably strip all that shit away.
I'd like him to just take it back down to basics.
Yeah.
Maybe have the odd gadget here and there. He is really smart. Like, he can do whatever he wants to the suit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want him to be kind of his own boss and just do what he wants. Spider-Man, be himself. No, otherwise he would have been under Tony Stark's thumb the entire time, you know.
Yeah. There were 2 end-credit sequences. There was one mid-credits and one right at the very end. I won't really talk about those. I might give Jimmy a call, and we'll get Jimmy's thoughts, and then we'll do our final ratings, and that might do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give him a call, see if he answers, actually. If
Where
not,
are we checking in? You leave a lot of dregs, Paddy. I was just saying to Brent.
No dregs, mate.
You gotta. You've cleaned them all up. You heard me through the walls when you were away.
Half a splash in there.
All right. Calling
Jimmy.
Sure.
What do you got?
Come on.
2 left.
I'll just hold this up to the mic.
Oh. Jay.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How's it going, mate? How you going? Have you gone to the doctor yet for that rash?
Oh.
I told you not to tell anyone. Going all right, mate. We're just talking Spider-Man. We've just done our spoiler section, so we just sort of want to get your thoughts on the film. So yeah,
right.
Tell us.
Well, what did you guys think of it?
We haven't done our final ratings yet, but I loved every bit of it. I don't think I can fault it. It's my favorite Marvel movie to date.
I fucking hated it.
Wow.
I hated it.
Loved it.
Just kidding. I fucking loved it.
We all loved it.
It's amazing. I loved it. Like I I was anticipating this call. I quickly jotted down, like, you know, the cool column and the dislike column, and the, you know, the things that I loved far, far, far outweighed the dislike. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're deep in the spoiler section now, so don't be scared to talk spoilers. So run us through your list.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to just bullet points, just smash it out there. Vulture, loved him, one of my favourite villains ever.
Yeah.
I said he stands side by side with Loki now, and obviously with Thanos coming.
Yeah.
He knew why he did it. He was relatable. He was in that, like, Fisk, like, you know, the grey area that people live in that, you know, I loved it. I loved it.
He's a very sympathetic villain, very, just like blue-collar dude who sort of just takes it upon himself after he's been screwed over.
And the fact that they turned the lamest Spider-Man villain, like one of the lamest, the Vulture is not cool at all.
He was the dead set coolest villain.
Yeah.
I love Tom Holland, you know, like, he's now my favourite Spidey. I love the conversation in the car between the both of them. It gave me
And like Pat said before, we picked it up while we were watching it. When the light turns green and it cuts back to him and he's sort of just got the green light across his face, you're like, nice work there, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Vulture-esque.
I love the, like, never give up. I don't think, like, the Spidey's really done that yet. Like, the if this be my destiny type storyline of him under the concrete and, like, you know, he just had to give everything, give it his all. So love that. Can I just say, because I'm a romantic, I love that Pepper and Tony are back together.
Yep.
That made, I think I clapped then.
Yeah, you did. You did actually.
I thought I wouldn't like how techy the suit was, like we talked about last week, but I actually loved it. I loved the fact that he could talk to someone, you know, so because he's such a vocal character. So I really liked Karen.
Yep.
And you know, I think that, like, the different type of webbing is sort of easily explained how he does that now. So, like, I know it's not a thing in the comics. Yeah, but, like, I can definitely forgive it because, I don't know. And I read somewhere tonight that, like, the voice is Jennifer Colony, who's married to
Paul Bettany. That's right. Yep. The scene where they're in the elevator after he's been talking to her about Liz, and she's like, "Now's your chance, Peter. Kiss her."
Another Tobey Maguire callback there. He's hanging upside down.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. That's right.
Ah, smart one.
Yep.
Yeah, there's too many things. Like, I'm at peace with the world because this is a Spider-Man movie I always wanted to see. It's a Spider-Man movie I wish I'd seen in, like, 2002. Like, I appreciate all the other Spider-Mans that have come before this, but this is Spider-Man.
It took five goes to get it right. Yeah. Or 6 goes.
Exactly. Things that I'm just going to briefly go over. I think because of our conversation last week about MJ, you know, I wasn't in love with the way they introduced her.
Michelle, not Mary.
Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah.
Or Mary Jane.
You think it'd be,
That's okay, though. That's okay.
Unless she's hiding her real name with Michelle, and it's, like, actually Mary.
Or she might not even be Mary Jane. That might just be sort of a hint to the future.
Maybe, yeah.
True. I didn't like Aunt May. I really liked in the first, like, Sam Raimi movies, like, you sort of knew Aunt May knew about Peter being Spidey, but she never had that moment. So that last scene, I was like, I laughed, but I'm like, I'm not sure if I like that.
Too early?
Yeah, right at the end of the film, Peter gets the suit back and he puts it on and the camera pans up over him and behind him in the doorway, Aunt May standing there. And she's just like, what the fuck? And then it cuts to the credits.
Actually, yeah, you're right. That would have been
pretty comedic, but I'm just not sold on that.
That's a big moment.
Since I've been home, I've watched every Spider-Man trailer, like everything that I missed in the last, like, 6 months because I've had lockdown. And can I just say my biggest hatred is the trailers. Like, if I had watched those trailers, I would have seen the whole movie pretty much.
That's exactly right.
I'm fucking 100% with you there, Jimmy. 100%.
Jimmy's the biggest Spider-Man fan ever. He only ever watches the first trailer and then he goes cold turkey for the rest of, like, the next 12 months and doesn't watch anything.
I agree.
The whole way through because I didn't watch any trailers. So,
even just watching the first felt like the whole movie.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember watching the movie and it was like, yep, that's the movie.
But I can't not watch trailers.
No.
No.
But interesting things I've read is that Donald Glover, like, apparently he's a prowler. I didn't know.
Yeah, it said that on his bio. It said on the bio. Yeah.
Really?
I saw that.
And he mentions his nephew who lives around the corner, and in the Ultimate Universe, that's Miles Morales. So
that's right.
That's
yep.
a bit.
Wow.
We did bring that up. Mm-hmm.
I read that they saw a cyclone at Coney Park, Coney Island, sorry, the theme park in Coney Island, and that was a reference to when Bucky Barnes said to Steve Rogers that he threw up on the cyclone.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
we were talking about it. Like Patty and I were sitting like 20 meters away from that cyclone about October last year,
and there was a clear shot in the movie of it too. It said the name. Like.
And I was elbowing you in the cinema, but the principal at Peter's school, I don't know the actor's name, but he was in Captain America: The First Avenger, and he played one of the Howling Commandos. He was from Fresno. I'm from Fresno East. You know, he has that line. And in the principal's office, I was like, he was in Captain America, and on the filing cabinet, he's got a photo there, a black and white photo of like the same actor in like a military uniform. So it must have been his distant relative, like his great grandfather or whatever was a Howling Commando with Captain America.
Ooh,
I missed that one. Missed it.
I did elbow you though, and I tried to tell you.
Maybe that's why he's in all the Captain America's in all the school videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how funny was that?
Yeah, that was good. When he's introducing at the school, it's like, your teacher here, and he sort of points to the left, but the teacher's standing on the wrong side, he's standing on the right-hand side.
That's great.
He gives it a little wave like, hey!
Yeah.
It just captured how awkward some of the moments high school can be, so I love that.
Yeah,
really cool. Really
what else you got, Jimmy?
I just want to say I loved how fun it was. I love that, like, Peter was helping a lady with directions. Like, he's just your
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said this, like, he hasn't upgraded to New York yet. He's only been getting around Queens, and when he gets up in the Washington Monument, he gets a bit of vertigo because he hasn't been that high. He hasn't been that skyscraper height yet.
That was amazing.
And I said this was right up your alley because it's in the daytime, it's fun, it's light, It's
fun. It's fun, and that's the main thing I wanted. I just wanted fun, and it definitely delivered.
All right, Jimmy, what would you give it out of 5? 1, 2, 3, or 5? What would you give it out of 5?
I'm going to give it, because I don't work with 5s, I know that's your deal. I'm going to give it 9.2 web cartridges out of 10.
Ooh, that's good.
Bobby, what would you give it out of 5 or 10 web cartridges?
I'm going to give it 5. Fuck it.
You've got to have
5
an
out
even
of
number
5.
of web cartridges.
I enjoyed the shit out of that. And I was expecting to give it a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's 5 out of 5. Solid movie.
I'm dead set the same. 5 out of 5. 10 full web cartridges out of 10.
Full hard on.
My pencil knife couldn't be sharper.
I need to see it again. Like,
I think I'm going to convince Kate and take her on the weekend.
Yeah.
And see it again. Mm-hmm. Anything else, Jimmy?
No, that's it. I think I can go to bed now.
Sweet. That was a fucking good mandate.
That was.
good.
Yeah, no, it was good, boys. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun, and what a great way to introduce Spidey. Like, full length.
I feel like it's.
I think we're all very happy. We're all very satisfied with what we saw.
I feel like it's the start of a big
something beautiful
Spider-Man universe.
You guys are lucky. You got like Sonny and Mason, like you and Patty and Jimmy. You got Sonny and Mason, their sons, to like introduce them to this new Spider-Man world now. That
like you can forget all the Tobey Maguire stuff and you can just go straight to Homecoming.
Oh my god!
Let's hope they continue it all.
I know, but can I just say how like stupid Peter's friends must be? Like, you know, Spider-Man followed them all the way to Washington. Like, you know, just,
where's Peter?
Yeah.
Like, where's Clark? Where's Clark Kent? Here's Superman.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so good. No, it was a beautiful thing we witnessed tonight, and I'm glad I shared it with you. So.
Well, thanks very much, Jimmy. I might let you go.
Thanks, boys. You have a good night.
No worries, mate. I'll talk to you later.
See you guys.
See you,
Hey! He's a sweet kid.
He really is. And
yeah, before the movie even finished, I was like, "Yep, this is 5 out of 5."
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah, it's what I said. Like right after the film as well. I feel sorry for DC. Because DC have come along, right, with Wonder Woman. And it killed it, like, in the ratings and the reviews and stuff.
And
like, everybody...
DCEU movies, they're just reporting, like, yesterday that DCE movies collectively have just crossed the $3 billion mark.
Yeah.
Like, they killed it with Wonder Woman. It did great, and fucking everybody went out and saw it, and everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But
then compared to this...
Marvel just came along and took a giant fucking shit on that movie. Like, Spider-Man destroys Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I would have given Wonder Woman about a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's been pushed out of my top 3 now, and it's been replaced by Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah.
You know,
I enjoyed Wonder Woman.
I did too. I really liked that movie.
But it was really just kind of like, it was soured by a big fight sequence at the end that really didn't have much impact on
Which
me.
Spider-Man didn't have. It was just this one-on-one. It wasn't epic world-ending scales.
Yeah.
It was just one-on-one with him and the Vulture. And it wasn't even really like a proper fight scene. It was just like this set piece with the plane and
then Tony Stark at the end dangles this carrot of like, hey, come and fucking fight the world's problems and, you know, take on the big blue fucking shiny thing in the sky. And Spider-Man turned around and said, you know what? No, I'm going to stay grounded. I'm going to stay in Queens. I'm going to fucking do my shit here. And I'm just going to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yes.
That's what he has to be.
That's what you have to do.
And like the best thing I thought about the entire thing was, and the way they're approaching whatever is to come as well, was Marvel's being really smart about it, how they're going to do the next few movies and how they did this one was, you know, having the Vulture as your first villain and Shocker, like they're just starting at the basics, you know. In the Spider-Man world, those villains are more in the, you know, they're not the top kind of range villains.
They're not the top tier villains.
They're just they're starting with how they should. Like he's just started as Spider-Man and Vulture.
So they're starting with the ground level villains, like just the bank robber types.
That's what you want, and like, you know, and the Shocker and you know, that's where he should be starting, and it was just a perfect fit to kind of merge him into this world, and still he had a hard time keeping up with them in this, you know, movie, and that was really cool to see, and even the way, like, I don't think we've brought it up yet, the way he was crushed by the concrete and he had to kind of fight his way out of that and lift it up, show his strength and actually get through that and lift it. That was a good moment.
He was gone there. Like, he was...
Well, he was calling out for help.
He was calling out for help. He was nearly in tears and...
That was a strong
moment. Great. That was really humanizing.
He had to summon that strength.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm Spider-Man. He's like, you can do it. Come on.
That was a good moment.
He just looks down at that little puddle and it's got his mask half floating out of the puddle and the reflection of his face in the other side. And, you know, it's cheesy when you say it out loud, but actually when you see it in the cinema, it's kind of like, it really worked.
Strong moment.
You know what I'd love to see in this Homecoming universe? I would love to see Mysterio.
Yes.
To see the Homecoming universe take on Mysterio, the MCU take.
I wouldn't be surprised if you probably see that next with maybe Scorpion. Sorry, not Scorpio. Because they introduced Scorpion now. So, and I would actually probably, my bet would be Mysterio will be alongside it.
I think that would be a good, fun villain for Spider-Man to go up against. Not a major villain. Maybe that's in sort of the first half. He's trying to do that, but something else has sort of come in the background.
Yeah, get Kraven in there. Kraven the Hunter. Like, get that in. Maybe that'd be for a third. But then Venom and Carnage, just chuck them all in eventually.
Nah, fuck I don't want to see this Spider-Man mixed with that Venom after I've seen this now.
With Tom Hardy's?
Nope. Don't want it. Don't want it.
No, I'd be totally happy for them to go separate directions. Because I think Venom could be a great character and a great thing on his own. He doesn't need to go up against Spider-Man. Like, Tom Holland's
So look,
Spider-Man's
Marvel,
great.
listen to Bobby on the suit front. Now listen to him on this.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I think Venom's got enough room to breathe on his own. You can make something really interesting out of that.
Yeah.
And keep him this fucking crazy badass kind of... You know, it's sort of like Deadpool. Like, keeping Deadpool off on his own side over here. And just letting Deadpool be fucking Deadpool is cool. Like, you don't need to bring him into these other worlds. Like,
Have a bet then. Like, let's say
Here we go.
for the second movie, next one coming up, with Tom Holland. All right, both of you guys, what would you say? What's your bet that the main villain would be in the next? Who's he going to go up against?
I reckon they're pointing towards Scorpion because of that last scene.
Yeah.
Hinting at probably the Sinister Six.
He'll either be a main or a secondary, do you think? Like Shocker?
But then I don't know if it's setting up for this universe or the Sony thing.
Who
I don't
did
know.
Jimmy say Donald was supposedly?
The Prowler.
The Prowler.
It
Now,
said that on
Prowler's
his...
an ally, isn't he, though?
No, he started off as a villain, but then he became an ally of Spider-Man. He was pretty much just like a cat burglar type.
Okay, right.
But he had like a suit, like a purple suit with like a green cape and...
Yeah.
Or like a green suit with a purple cape, beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I've got the card, the trading card from about 93.
Yeah, I got a couple of good books with the Prowler and they did it, yeah. Anyway, I'll give that 5 big bushy beards out of 5.
Yeah. Same.
Beards. Nice.
Same. And I was expecting to give it 1 or 2, to be honest. So 5 well-deserved fucking webs.
Well earned.
All right, but that might do it. End of spoilers. End of spoilers.
Yep.
This was going to be a short episode, but we've been sitting here for 2 hours.
Oh, shit. No
Fair
wonder
enough.
I
So we
need to
might
pee.
wrap it up. Pat, seeing as you've done the intro, you are
Outro.
doing the outro.
What's the outro? Oh, okay, where can...
Wait. What's the...
Oh, beer check. Beer check.
I'm getting there. I got one left.
You got one left, so you got to skull that by the end of the episode.
I'll do that.
Oh, no!
I'll do that after we finish.
All right, that's it. That's a wrap.
Pat is going to shotgun this beer. All right, Pat.
All right, Bobby, where can your Bearded Geeks find you?
BobbyBaxter.com and Bobby Baxter Cartoons on all the social media places.
Platforms.
Nice.
Yeah.
And P. Brown, where can they find you?
You can find me at patrickbrownart.com and
find me
it's my website and Patrick Brown Art on Facebook.
Tell me, Patty, where do you get your artwork from, Patty?
What are you putting so much pressure on me for, Bobby?
Come on, Patty, you gotta tell me where can you get the artwork from, Patty?
I'm just pulling out my ass. PatrickBrownArt.com and Patrick Brown Art on Facebook.
That'll do it.
Go, Pat. Now you got to do the rest of it.
I think I'm on Instagram, but I can, yeah.
You forgot about the most important bit.
And Brent Jagay. Let's
I
wrap
thought you
up.
were going to do all the show plugging.
Yeah.
Show plug-in. Oh, okay. We're on TeePublic now.
I'll do it.
Go on, mate.
You can find the Bearded Geeks on Facebook, or you can go facebook.com/BeardedGeeksPod. You can find the Bearded Geeks on Instagram at the Bearded Geeks. We just put a couple of things up from the movies. There's a very nice shot of Patrick with the Spider-Man standee at the movies.
It was the real deal.
He had his arm around him.
It was a guy in a suit.
No, it wasn't.
It's Tom Holland.
You can find us on Twitter at Bearded Geeks Pod. And we're also on TeePublic. You can search for the Bearded Geeks if you want to buy a nice t-shirt or a hoodie or some sweet stickers to put on the back of your car. Represent, or a mug.
I'm going to get a mug.
My sister sent me a photo of my dad today with a mug. He bought a mug, so he's got a Bearded Geeks mug, which actually looks pretty cool, so I might get some of that as well.
That's awesome.
And we're still waiting on the iTunes thing, but as soon as I know, I'll let you know, and you'll be able to download the show from SoundCloud and iTunes. And if you do go onto iTunes and you're a long-time listener, think about leaving us a 5-star review.
Just like our homecoming review, huh?
Yeah. 5 bushy beards out of 5.
Yep.
So, next week, I thought Game of Thrones started next week, but it actually doesn't. It starts a week after. So I'm not sure what we're going to do next week, but we'll figure it out before then.
I'm coming up with something.
You're not even going to be. What do you care?
Wing it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be gone.
Fuck, you're on holiday. Like,
oh, damn, I am too, aren't I?
You're going to be on a hot holiday.
Skype me on my phone.
yeah, use up all your data.
Yeah. No, I'll go hotel Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
So, thank you to everyone who likes, shares, and subscribes. And if you could, like or share or subscribe on our YouTube videos, give us a nice thumbs up. I hate people who say, remember to smack that like button. If I ever say, smack that like button, I give you permission to fucking punch me. Because I'll shave my beard off if I ever say that. Fuck it.
I like you, mate.
You just said it 3 times.
But if I ever say it in the context of the show, Bob, god damn it. So, thanks to everyone who likes, shares, and subscribes. But yeah, share us around. Share us around. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbours. Tell your priest. Tell your dog. Whatever.
Don't tell your priest. They'll freak out.
So, from all of us here in the Beard Cave, we want to say thank you. And I had a blast doing this episode. Spider-Man Homecoming.
I loved it.
Go and see it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved every... Go, Web, go.
Go, Web, go.
I loved every second of it.
I loved it.
So, thanks, everyone.
Did you just say jizz-tastic?
Yeah.
Well, there's a new T-shirt right there. Hashtag jizztastic.
Patrick Brown.
So, yeah. Thanks, everyone. From all of us here in the Beard Cave, we want to say thank you for listening, and we'll see, well, you. Pat won't be here, but Bobby will probably be here. So, Bobby and I will be here next week on the Bearded Geeks. Hey! I'm Pickle Rick! Hey!
Go, Web, go.